Hello, adventurers, and welcome to Grognard and Friends, where friends gather to explore the world of the Aria and play a little game called Dungeons and Dragons. And speaking of friends, let's check out this week's episode of Grognard and Friends. Okay, let's see what happened last week here on Grognard and Friends. Gaius, why don't you take it away?
Well, quick catch up for anybody who hasn't watched the most recent episodes. Our adventuring party left Seven Rivers on its way to Forest Grove to find a missing child. When we got there, we found a town seemed to be almost torn asunder because of the machinations of our current employer, the mayor, who seems to want to buy up the entire town, and the townsfolk who are not big fans of that. After we've dealt with that political nonsense and maybe a couple brawls ensued where somebody got beat up, and finding multiple dead bodies dying in more and more horrific fashion, we decided to go to the local legend, I guess is the best way to put it. A witch, perhaps, a sorceress, a thing known as the Baba. And as we left our one friend that we happened to meet in town who didn't seem to just hold a grudge against anybody, which was kind of unusual. And we ascended what was known as the Fall, a giant landslide that separated Forest Grove and that particular type of forest from what we have now called the Dark Forest, or some other kind of evilness, because as we've traveled through the forest, we've been the trees have tried to eat us at least on 3 separate occasions. I feel like it seems that 3 is about right. And we've continued to beat the shit out of it, despite its best efforts to murder the entire party. It got close once or twice. And
we
also
almost been treed.
Yes, and all our horses were almost turned into horse jam, or jelly, I guess, depending upon how you looked and the preparation. I don't know the real difference between a jam and a jelly, but that's neither here nor there. The horses are fine. I healed them back up. The evil forest that's controlled by some greater evil deity, his machinations were stopped from murdering the horses, and our party is recovered at this point after our most recent combat.
Well, after your most recent one, you are getting ready to you're all beginning to bed down for the evening.
Yes, I couldn't remember.
We have to eat paste.
And
Yes.
ready to eat paste, as Reed says.
Yes, and we have Gaius's good goo paste and clean sparkling water.
Gaius is good goo.
That's the good goo. Thank you, Butt Trumpet. That is now forever its name. And anyway, we're now caught back up. Everyone just loading their mouths full of Gaius's good goo, washing down with water.
Yes, thank you, Butt Trumpet.
Oh no. Oh no.
I missed the bacon roll.
I missed the bacon.
So as you are forcing this flavorless,
Not at
weird
all.
mouthfeel
Mostly no other option.
stuff into your face in order to get some sustenance. What are the, remind me again of what the watch is for the evening? Gaius is first, I seem to remember.
Gaius is first.
Eldred is last,
Mhm.
and I'm hazy in the center there.
I think I was second.
Okay.
Then I'm third.
Oh, okay. I'll be after
I'm
the
pretty
bus
sure.
run, but
That okay?
no, sounds good. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
we wanted the night vision people to be up at night.
Gotcha. So, Gaius, it is your watch.
Whatever happens, guys, don't let them take the wine. We need the wine.
They can never get it. It's inside of me most of the time.
The only way to get to the wine is to stick a finger down Gaius's throat. Gaius, I need you to do two things. First, I need you to
Okay.
make me an intelligence saving throw, please.
Well, here goes nothing. 7.
I need you now to roll a Constitution saving throw.
8. So this is
Okay.
going poorly.
After the day you've had with more than a single battle, you've had a couple battles, and you're kind of feeling rougher than usual, as is everyone, it would seem. As you're sitting there on watch, you find yourself periodically beginning to doze off, but you catch yourself each time. There is one time that you're not 100% sure you caught yourself, but when you come to, you find yourself standing over Nikita, staring down at her. And you're not sure if you're beginning to doze off not again or just bending over her. And the next thing you know, you wake up in your where you started off sitting, and you shake your head and you're awake, and it's probably about the time for your watch to be finished.
Oh, that was weird. Yeah, man, I really need to sleep. Okay, whose Reed is next?
Yes.
Go over and poke him.
Reed, you are next.
Gaius wakes me up.
Yes, and it's your turn for watch.
I'm assuming he took his headphones off, but I just double check and make sure the wine is okay. So
But he tells you the wine is fine. The one thing is that the taste of that stuff is still in your mouth. It's like wet cardboard in your mouth. It's just kind of nasty, but you know you have to do it. And you are particularly, give me a Constitution saving throw, please.
by the way, we did not heal up, right?
No, you
I'm still
did
a little
not.
hurt. Ooh, 21.
Oh, good. Okay. You're tired, but you don't find yourself dozing off or anything like that during your watch. It's pretty quiet. You occasionally hear the call of a bird in the distance. It is getting a little cool though tonight. It's kind of like a damp cold, which is a little weird. The coals of the fire burned down or are just glowing a dark orange by this point. And
When I can, I check on the horses, and I'll go around and make sure everybody's got like a blanket or something over them. So it's good.
okay, you do that. You take care of the horses last, and while you're over at the horses, give me a perception check.
13.
13. Okay. It takes you a few moments because you think it's you with the horses putting blankets over them and stuff. But then when you're done taking care of the horses, it continues. It sounds like something rummaging around somewhere in the campsite.
Oh, I hunt that down.
Okay.
We've had stuff go missing,
Okay.
and I draw my dagger.
Okay.
In case I find.
You come around the backside of the horses and you give a look over, and with that roll, we'll say you notice Eldred's on the far side of the camp from the horses. He's kind of starfished out, snoring softly, which is a little odd for him. He usually is kind of curled up. But next to him, it looks like there's something in his pack. His pack is moving like a bag with a bag full of squirrels or something.
Can I pounce on it?
Well, you'd have to come across from the other side of the campsite. He's on the far side, on the other side of the fire and everything.
I'll rush over and pounce on it if I can.
Okay. Roll me a 20-sider, please.
A nat 20.
Okay. You get a good look as you move and adjust where you are so that the firelight, you finally get a good look, and there is something in the backpack or in the pack, and you see something round and kind of bright sticking out the end of it. And as you come across, you inside the pack, it stops moving for a brief second, and then it slowly backs out of the pack and sits up. And there on the other side of the campsite, next to Eldred, is a large white bunny with pink, yellow, green, and blue stripes over its back. It's about the size of your bunny, and it's sitting up on its hind legs, and now it's looking at you, nibbling on something as it does so. You, with that roll, you look closer and you can see it's holding a bunch of bacon that is all stuck together, nibbling on it. That seems to have been in Eldred's pack.
I charge. I'm going for it.
Immediately bolts. You can see it. It kind of goes out of the campsite, and you can see it because with that white and the bright colors, it's pretty easy to see.
All right. I don't have a chance of catching it, right?
I didn't say that.
Oh, well, if I can, I'm going to try and catch it.
Okay.
Although I don't run too far.
Okay. It runs and hops from like root to root and branch to branch, going behind roots occasionally, but then you see it jump onto another one or over another one. And it goes about 55 feet, stops, turns around, and looks at you.
About how far away am I this time?
Right now, you're about 40 feet away from it. Because this is difficult terrain, but I'm having you dash. I figure you're dashing.
I was, but I'm not going to go that far.
Okay.
I'm not going to go that far. All right.
It hops up on a root.
I will go. I'm going to keep an eye on it while I go back and see if I can put Eldred's pack back together. Quietly.
Okay.
I don't want to wake
it starts going further off into the woods.
Okay. I'm going to let it go. Try and let everybody get their sleep.
Okay. As you go back and start putting Eldred's pack back together, he's just kind of starfished out. You're able to find like a crumb of bacon like on the ground next to the pack that must have broken off when the bunny pulled it out.
I eat that.
It's your mouth fills with just juices from your mouth watering and this bright flash of flavor and just kind of bacon.
So good. All right. I put anything else that came out of his pack. I put it back in there. Is there any bunny furs in there that I can find?
What?
Any hairs? Any hairs? Like fur from the bunny?
Give me an investigation check, please.
A 3.
No. You don't find much of anything in there.
While I'm there, though, I take a quick peek in there, see if he's got any other bacon stuffed in there.
Okay. You see a lot of books. You see a lot of pouches. You see a wand. Bunch of magic stuff. You see some bigger parcels that are wrapped in there, tucked in there pretty tightly. And you see
like
what
closed packages that I can't.
Correct. And you see they're like tied up with twine and such. And you do see like a little bit of paper that must have had the bacon in it because there's still a little bit of that bacon grease residue on the paper. And it's open.
I take that.
Okay.
Is his pack does it close up tight?
Yeah, pretty much.
So does it look like the bunny should have been able to open it?
I mean, there's not a lock or anything on it.
Is it like a buckle or something now? Or?
Yeah. Give me a perception check, please.
7.
You don't see anything.
Okay.
And we'll say your watch is over.
Butt trumpet, wake up.
Yes.
Hey. Hey. So, you see me holding I got the end of a rope. You're not sure where the other end goes. And I got a weird paper in my other hand. So, it's your time for a watch. I just thought you should know. Eldred had bacon, and a bunny stole it. Not my bunny.
Wait, there's other bunnies?
There was. I mean, it
What
hopped
kind of
away. I
bunny?
didn't see it again. So it had like rainbow stripes. It was white with rainbow stripes. And the
That
weird
might
thing
have been one
was,
of mine.
I caught it in Eldred's pack, and it pulled out bacon. It was in this paper.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
You think there might be more in the forest?
I don't think there's any more bacon out there now. But
I meant bunnies, Reed.
oh, I'm sure there's bunnies out there. But this bunny, it was holding the bacon in its hands. It had hands.
Ugh.
Like, it was a little weird.
Like little
I
fingies?
don't know how. I couldn't really tell. It was, I couldn't get close enough to see, but also it was motioning to me. I feel like it was trying to draw me into the woods,
Ooh.
but it made
that's
off with the bacon
weird.
though. Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's really weird.
So,
All right. Noted.
yeah. The other end of this rope, it's looped around Eldred's arm. He's like splayed out over the ground over there sleeping. So if you wander off into the woods, take this end with you, and then you could yank on it to pull his arm and wake him up.
Yeah, that sounds logical.
I'm gonna take a nap.
Okay. Okay, good night.
All right. Good night.
You see Reed is snoring pretty quickly.
By the way, the times that we're asleep before our watch, can that count as a short rest?
Yeah,
Cool.
for you it can, because there's enough people sleeping that enough people ahead of you that would count at least as a short rest.
Cool.
Okay.
Wanted to note that. Anyway.
You have your watch, and in your head roll me a 20-sider, please.
Woo,
Okay.
16.
It occurs to you that this story of rainbow bunnies in this black forest seems a little far-fetched. And the story of rainbow bunnies having bacon seems even more far-fetched. And you're wondering if Reed maybe just is kind of going through bacon withdrawal, maybe.
It wouldn't surprise me.
Because it just seems a little ridiculous.
Yeah. It's been a while for all of us. All getting
Yeah.
a little cabin fever, I think.
It's awfully quiet in the woods. It's getting a little colder. Everything seems kind of quiet and peaceful. About 3/4 of the way through your watch, though, give me a perception check.
Woo!
You absolutely are 100% sure after all this time goes by, you are somewhere out in the woods. And it seems like it might be coming from a couple different places. You hear a sound. And as you listen, you realize it sounds like small children crying.
Oh. I kind of look at the camp and everyone's sleeping. I look at Eldred and the rope tied to his arm. How long is the rope that Reed tied?
50 feet. So probably 45 if you count the tying part. 45, 46.
I'm gonna go out to the length of it to see if I can detect anything else.
Okay. The camp's kind of set out where you have the fire that's down to dark coals in the center. They're just like dark orange. The horses and some of your compatriots like Nikita and everything are to the south. Eldred's to the north. You feel that some of the crying seems to also be coming from the north. So you go out about 45 feet to the limit of the rope. You definitely hear it's like sniffling and whimpering in the distance, a little further north.
Ugh. Oh dear. I'd like to go a little. I'll set the rope. I feel like I want to look just a little bit further, but I want to look around me and see if there's anything that I can like see on either side of me that if I set this rope down, if it would be reason for concern.
Okay, give me a perception check.
Uh-huh.
It looks fine. There is nothing around this part of the forest that looks like any concern other than, anything else that you've seen in the woods.
I slowly put the rope down by my foot and like inch gradually a little bit further, but continuing to look over my shoulder
Okay.
every few seconds.
You continue on, and you periodically hear the whimpering and the crying, and after you go a little ways, you hear someone say, it's a little small voice say, "Did you hear that? Something's coming. It's going to hurt us. Quick, let's hide." And you hear a little scampering in the underbrush, and it's further ahead.
I'm gonna make my way back. I think
Okay.
I need to tell the others, or at least Nikita.
Okay. Give me a nature check.
9?
Okay. It takes you a little longer than you expect to get back because you almost get turned around a little bit.
Mm,
But you make it back.
okay. I'm gonna stay put for the rest of my watch and just at the very least let Nikita know.
You still periodically will hear things out in the woods. You'll hear the snapping of twigs and such, and a little rustling here and there. And at one point you think you hear something that sounds like, but other than that, your watch passes and it is over. You wake up, Nikita.
Nikita,
Yes, but Trumpet. How was your
Okay.
watch?
well, honestly, a little concerning.
That's not.
Yeah, so, I mean, first I was a little bit worried about Reed. He tried to tell me that there are some more of my colorful bunnies in the woods, but he's claiming they're
Here?
like, yeah. He claimed that he saw a rainbow bunny holding a wad of bacon.
Oh no, that's one of his. He wants to see that. I
That's
want to
kind of
see
what I
that.
thought. I'm pretty
Yeah.
positive that's true, but in my watch, I heard crying. Like
What
children
crying? What
crying.
kind? Oh.
And I didn't go out too far, but past Eldred over there, I
Mhm.
went a little further out and I kept hearing it, and I heard voices say, "There's something out there. It's going to get us. Let's hide." And I didn't know whether it would be safe for me to go and look at it by myself or anything.
No.
So I just came back, but we're not alone in this forest.
No, we aren't.
As the two of you are talking, you hear what sounds like a big bunch of wood crack and snap and fall over in the woods.
Any direction can we tell, or
Probably to the north, roughly where Butt Trumpet had been.
okay? I will definitely slap on my helmet and get the weapon ready.
Please be careful.
Oh, of course. Should we wake the others, or should I? I kind of feel like we should wake the others. This does not. The forest is trying to talk to us or do something to us.
Yeah, something's up.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think any of us should investigate this alone. I wouldn't feel right if you went by yourself.
No, I mean, yeah. I've been eaten by enough trees now. I think I don't need that experience again. All right. I will go around and start shaking people, waking them up.
There we
You are
go.
awoken by Nikita, and she says, "We are not alone. I'm going to need you to wake up, please."
Like, are the plants alive?
Yeah, is.
Did the
Eldred
bacon bunny
goes,
come back?
What? What?
What?
My alarm spell has gone off like 6 times.
Where? Which direction? All of
Couple different places, mostly to the north.
That might
That
be my
is
fault.
where.
Ugh.
Why? Is it your bunny?
No, I followed the bunny out there a little ways.
And Butt Trumpet followed some crying children's voices. And when we were
Oh,
talking, there was a big tree snap crack noise. This is why I woke everybody up. Something's out there. So, yeah.
Uh,
Wakey, wakey.
so Eldred,
Huh.
what'd you have in your pack?
What?
What'd you have in your pack? Does
My
this
stuff?
paper look familiar? Smell it.
You went in my pack?
Nope. I put everything back in your pack after the bunny took this out.
Your bunny
Not
went
my
in my
bunny.
pack.
Nope, not my bunny. The weird white bunny.
The white bunny.
Mm-hmm. With the rainbow.
Is this the
stripes.
one
Yeah.
you saw eating bacon?
Uh-huh. And it was in this paper, and it came from his pack.
Pretty sure that wasn't real, even though that paper that you're holding looks real. So now I'm confused.
Eldred says, no, the bacon is real. I was keeping it just in case we got. It was only a few pieces. It was in case of emergencies.
How
Yeah, well, you
old
just
was
read
that?
the forest.
What?
How old was the bacon?
It's from back in town.
Oh, well, the forest
almost
hopefully
certain
didn't
that-
digest it.
That probably wasn't good.
You don't think so?
What color was it?
I don't know. I haven't looked at it in about 6 days.
Oh my god, you're just as
Reed
bad
is
as Reed
color
is.
Right now. It's so dark.
It's okay. It was still good. I got a little crumb from the bunny. So-
All right, why are we?
What?
Why am I awake again? Because of bacon?
Because Reed went through my pack.
No, I did not go through your pack.
You have my bacon
Because
parcel
the-
in your hand.
I was on watch. I was over by the horses, and I spotted your pack moving. And when I went to get closer, this bunny popped out, and it was eating your bacon.
Okay, so you didn't go through my pack. Your bunny went through my pack.
Not my bunny, a different bunny.
Nikita is
My
watching
bunny's-
around the forest. She's quite certain the forest is doing this somehow.
Give me a perception check there, Nikita.
Why
Not
am I
logical.
awake again?
Loud noise to the north, and I think the forest is fucking with us in terms of this bacon shit.
Oh my god, the forest has been messing with us this entire time.
Yeah. What am I? Perception?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Or investigation, your choice.
Ooh, then I will pick that one.
Is my bunny in its cage?
It's if it is, it's like Mr. Incredible in his car. It's like really in there tight.
Okay, well, if it didn't fit in there, then I'm letting it roam around. If it runs off, that's on it. But do I see
Okay.
it?
Do you see what? The bunny?
My bunny.
Yeah, you see it in its cage.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Nikita, with a 15 to the north, you're not sure, maybe 40 or 50 feet away, maybe a little further, you're not 100% sure. At first, you think it's a big stump of a tree, because in darkness, it's just the silhouette of it. But then it seems to step behind another tree and move.
From like, hell.
Oh, hell.
Hell.
A large, massive thing.
Big fucking thing to the north. Big fucking thing to the north hiding behind a tree. I just saw it. Can we
Okay.
get some light or more light or some fire burn? Fuck it. Let's nuke this joint.
Butt Trumpet, could you do your dance and light dealios over there?
That'll work.
That's how.
Did
I
Butt
guess that's
Trumpet
how
use
sorcerers
Butt
do
Trumpet?
that.
That was the verbal component, Eldred says.
Exactly. See, he gets it.
Do a verbal component. Can you fling something
Somatic.
over there too?
Sure. Eldred goes, absolutely. And casts away.
Ah.
Okay. Do we see anything?
Why am I
when they-
awake?
Quit asking that. I just told you.
I'm very tired.
Okay, so
Into the
all
north.
these lights kind of light up to the north. Anybody who wants to, give me a perception check, please.
I will back someone up.
Let's see.
Did you back up Gaius? He's got the best.
All right, I will back up Gaius. Give him.
Well, no, Reed's doing it, so Reed, roll a second time.
Okay.
Oh, I thought we were okay. Sorry,
Wasn't sure if it was. Never mind. I'll shut up.
the 13
Okay.
was a better one.
Yeah,
Okay,
so
you don't
15.
see anything, but after it lights up, you hear a bunch of movement in the underbrush and a bunch of like branches snap, and it sounds like large steps, and then kind of gets quiet again.
Yep. Yep. Something's coming. Something's coming.
It's the steps seem to have gone away a little bit further to the north.
Don't care.
Do you want to go get it?
No, we need to rest. If light drives it away, we just keep shit well
Gaius's
lit.
beard is in curlers and he has a mud mask on.
Listen, you gotta do your proper ablutions at night, otherwise you age prematurely. Ugh.
Aren't you like in your 20s?
No. I
No.
don't age like a
Oh.
dwarf. I'm
What?
at least in my...
Wait, are you saying I look old?
No. I say
What is that? What is that?
I'm telling you.
Horses, no.
Ring of fire or something, just so we can light up everything.
Are there horses? Where are the horses? Why is no one paying attention to me? Where are the horses at?
I don't
You
know where
look
the
back
horse-
on the other side of the fire, and they don't seem to be there.
Son of a bitch. I go after everyone together. We go after the horses.
You sure
I
they
cast
won't be
light
safer
on the
without
horse.
us?
Hope they're nearby, and it just lights one up.
Okay. Give me a investigation check there, Gaius.
Fantastic. I don't have to worry about adding any modifiers to that one, so... I look in the wrong direction, apparently.
Okay. You're looking, you're not seeing any horses.
Fuck, they had, like, none of our stuff on it, at least, because I take it off every night, so they don't get weighed down by it.
Okay.
Betsy, Tosh, I got
Can we try
that.
looking?
I got
Sorry,
treats.
Eldred had bacon. You can come nibble on him. Do we see
I don't think
footprints?
horses eat bacon.
Can't believe Eldred had bacon.
I'm almost certain they're herbivores.
Eldred says, you're surprised someone keeps bacon in case of emergencies. You.
No, I'm surprised you didn't share. I thought we were friends.
I was going to share if it came to that, but it was.
I
it
spent
was-
a lot
it
of
was-
money on those horses. Could we please go get them?
Yes, let's go get the horses, and then we'll
What
talk
direction are
about
we going?
bacon.
Yeah. What? Can I?
The
I
horses
want to
were
do a
that way.
survival. I want to do a survival check to see if I can find which way the horses went.
Okay.
Can I help
Give
him
me a
with that?
survival check, please.
Yeah, if we can help, we'll help.
Whew. Did we heal anything when we slept?
Not yet.
Shit.
Balls.
Am I getting an advantage on this, Paul? With the
Yeah.
help? Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking 25.
Okay. You can tell one went one way and one went another way. So one went east, one went west. And with a 25, you also see there are some very big footprints, bigger than anyone in your party as well, around the horses.
Oh, great. Good news. There's something big stalking the horses or stealing the horses.
Oh.
One went west, one
Back.
went east. I say we
Shit.
double back, go west to get that horse, and then we head to the one that's in the east because that's the direction we were planning on traveling anyway. Get the horses, and then maybe take a nap.
I like
Anyone have
this.
any better
What?
ideas?
No.
No, I like
What
this.
kind of footprints are they? Are they like
Uh,
animal or people or?
They look like a
Large.
big Fred Flintstone-y like humanoid footprint.
Ew. Oh no.
Would I recognize troll or ogre footprints?
Give me a nature check or an investigation check.
We're gonna go investigation. Yeah. 'Cause I'm pretty
Guidance.
sure I don't got no. Spasibo. No, one SD4, no.
You've seen something like this, but nothing quite like this. It is a very large humanoid of some form. Trolls
Yeah,
aren't really humanoids.
Oh, okay. Okay. So possible ogre, if not even larger.
Something like, yeah, maybe.
Okay. Don't know what's bigger than an ogre that lives in a forest with human feet, but that's what we're
Giants.
dealing with.
It could be a giant.
Ah, fuck. Do they like horses?
They probably eat
Eldred
them.
says for tea.
All right,
Yeah.
we're following that.
It-
Let's
Yep.
go. Are the tracks going both ways or just one direction?
So you guys have been headed to the west to get the one horse, right?
Correct.
Right.
But I made sure. Which was there two sets going in both directions, or just one going one way or the other?
Large humanoid prints went a little bit west, but then seemed to follow east.
Gotcha. All right. Well, that's good. We follow the one at least that won't have a giant near it or whatever the hell.
Yay.
Gosh, Betsy, whatever one is, I guess, the smarter one, who went the direction of, like, people. You out there?
Okay, give me a survival check or an investigation check or a nature check, guys. Your choice.
All right, survival it is, because I am proficient in that.
What trumpet? What'd you do with my rope?
Eldred says, "Hey, what's this doing attached to my ankle or my wrist or whatever it is?"
You don't know if it's your ankle or your wrist? You are really
He's
tired,
tired
Eldred.
too.
It's my rope.
So
11.
you tried to tie me up before you went after my bacon?
No. I put it around your wrist so that when I followed that big bunny with your bacon into the out of the camp, I went as far as the
So
rope
you grabbed
would
my
allow.
bacon and then went bunny chasing a bunny.
No, I was gonna pull the rope and wake you up if I got in trouble out there.
Like you ran
Well,
out of
Quit
bacon?
deflecting blame about the bacon, Eldred.
Yes,
We have a horse to find.
Horses.
and then we'll talk
I
about the
hope.
bacon.
Well, one horse this way, one horse that way.
So, Gaius,
Yeah.
you head out west, and you can hear something that sounds like it probably is the horse further west in the darkness.
Okay. I hear the horse. Keep coming, and we'll just find this one real quick.
Okay, is everyone going with Gaius?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, we want to stay
I
together.
take take my stuff with me. I'm not leaving it unattended, by the way.
Yep.
Yeah.
Prepare
Same.
for your
Or Paxil.
nonsense.
What do you
Can,
mean, your nonsense?
Hmm?
What do you mean, your nonsense?
Oh no, this is Gaius muttering to himself.
Uh,
But Trumpet, can you make those lights go out further ahead of us?
there you go. Casts another spell, and little bits of light pop up, each with a little raspberry sound.
I like these. I'm gonna
You
do
need to
this
use
instead of
that
dancing
spell.
lights from now on.
You need to use that all the time.
Tooting lights.
It's your new spell.
Oh, God. I'm too
Yes.
tired for this crap. Literal, I think, in that one last
Wait,
one.
do you get to name
What?
your spells?
I
That
mean,
should
be-
you can call them whatever you want.
Ah,
This is true.
you should call that putt-putt lights. That's my recommendation.
I like it.
I'm getting
Horses?
too old for this shit.
See, and
Yeah,
it
okay.
horses.
Because
As
Gaius
everyone's-
is just not about anything right now.
As
Guys just
everyone
had a
right.
very rough night and past day. I was almost eaten twice, I think.
As you head west, everyone give me a nature check, please.
All right.
Without the dancing lights, it would have been a disadvantage, but because of the dancing lights, it'll just be normal.
17.
6.
Six.
Okay.
Reed and
So-
Nikita, nature buddies.
14.
Reed and Nikita. Gaius and Butt Trumpet, give me a perception check, please.
10.
18.
Okay. Off to one side as you're headed west, you hear a double set of. It's kind of a cross between a splash and a sucking sound.
Yup, shit. The horse fell in the thing.
Everybody but Reed and Nikita, take off your headphones, please. The two of you are headed off, kind of rushing out into the west looking for this horse. And you kind of go around these roots, and both of you seem, your feet seem to catch on something. And you fall forward in what feels like a splat with a tad bit of a splash, but it's like falling into a large vat of mustard. That sort of consistency. You are currently in something dark, but it actually has the consistency of like a ground mustard that looks to be made up of little beads almost. You know what I'm talking about? Like the coarsely
We're like-
ground mustard, except it's black.
We're like
Like an
submerged in
exfoliator.
something.
You're like submerged up to your chests at this point.
Help! Help!
Yeah.
Fuck!
Gaius and Butt Trumpet, you hear a high-pitched cry, and you hear a dwarven yelling "fuck."
Help! Fuck!
I
The
look
dirt is eating
around.
us. The dirt is eating us.
I look
look
around. What do
around.
I see?
Darkness with some lights here and there in the air.
I
Periodically,
I cast
the
light.
lights go.
Oh, I have light on myself, so
Okay.
that's going. What do I see?
Okay, give me an investigation check, please.
Bring your putt-putt lights over. I gotta grab a vine or something. Can I get my hands up?
14.
14. Okay, Reed, give me a dexterity check.
Are we able to swim? Is it like a
Is it an ability check or saving throw?
Ability check.
6.
Okay,
I'm going to send my
Nikita.
lights out in a couple different directions.
Okay, Nikita, give me a dexterity check too.
Whenever you see one of these, please let me know.
Okay, both of you. It seems to make things worse what you're doing, whatever you're doing.
right? Stop moving, Reed. We're sinking faster.
Please find us. Come back.
Oh,
Both of you,
crap.
give me a
Give me a
perception check, please, with
Okay.
disadvantage considering the circumstances.
Oh, this should be
Who?
absolutely terrible.
Me? Too?
Both of you.
Yeah.
Oh, I got 13.
Reed, you see like the glow and the sputtering of a little light somewhere nearby. It's not directly overhead, but it's off to one side a little bit.
I see light. I see it. Come over here. Follow my voice.
And you then
I
see
did.
that this is like a pool of like black little sandy beads, and it's like a liquid goo.
Where's Eldred as well?
Eldred's kind of walking around periodically tripping over roots and vines. And you hear him like swearing a lot and going, "No, I'm okay." Oh, fuck. Oh, hold on. God damn it. And just,
Eldred, come over
Oh,
here and bring the rope with you.
okay, I'm coming.
Eldred, rope.
Oh, I'm on my way. Oh,
I used the rope
I'm
I
okay.
have.
I'm on my way.
I cast rope. I cast the rope I have on my person.
Okay.
Whoever's closer.
Yeet.
Yeah. I tie it around my waist and I'm like, I cast rope, and just hit Reed in the face with the end of the line.
Okay, well, you have to find him first.
Oh, I thought I was right with Butt Trumpet. I thought we farted
Yeah,
our
he's
way over
following
there.
me.
Okay, but
For
I'm
the
gonna keep talking so that they can
Yelling.
hopefully
Okay.
find me.
Keep yelling. Yeah.
okay,
La,
you
la,
do.
la, la.
It takes a little bit because there are these trees and large roots and vines and everything, and you kind of have to get past them to see that there is this large pool of black gooey kind of stuff that's like a slow moving liquid. And there's a lot of leaves and kind of ground cover just kind of floating on the top of it. And you see Nikita and Reed by this point have kind of sunken up to the very tops of their shoulders.
If we move, it gets worse. If we help us.
Yeah. I cast rope at whoever
Okay.
looks more in need. Are they
Okay.
both equally kind of screwed at this moment?
Both of them look better. Nikita seems to be sinking a little faster than Reed.
Okay, then
Email.
I go for Nikita first then.
Okay. Okay, roll me a to hit roll with a makeshift weapon.
Oh, good.
As the rope
Improvised
flies
weapons
by
are
me,
one of my speciality.
That's what I
as the
figured.
rope flies by me to Nikita, I'm like, you missed.
Huh. 11.
What's your armor class, Nikita? This rope kind of hits you in the head and lands on your head.
Perfect.
Perfect. Am I able to reach up with my hand, or is it wiser to go for my teeth?
You could get it with your
You
teeth
better have
first,
some-
pretty
great
easily, and
choppers.
then try to reach up with your hand.
That sounds like the plan then. I will try to disturb the schlop as little as possible.
Okay, give me a dexterity check, please.
And an alternative
denture
plan, by the way.
Yes, Butt Trumpet?
If I were to cast Spider Climb on myself, that gives me the ability to walk atop surfaces. Could I potentially walk upon the surface of this goo?
If it allowed you to walk on water, yes.
Okay. Might be asking a little
Nikita,
much,
you
but
just can't get your mouth around this thing.
Is it
Pretend it's
supposed to
bacon.
Let me
read all-
rephrase that. I'm sorry.
Thank you.
Pretend it's bacon.
Wait, hold on. Butt Trumpet, did you say walk on water?
yeah.
Why?
Oh, I've been waiting to use this one. I cast water walk.
Okay.
And I just hop on down and just pull them both up.
Okay.
Woo!
At this point, you see Nikita is just like a face,
Just kind of
whereas
reach down
Reed
into the...
is like down to the base of his neck.
Okay, cast water walk, hop on down, and just one hand on each, and just kind of like slurp them up.
Okay. To pull them out, give me a strength check, please.
Does that only work on one person?
What, water walk?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yes, sadly, no, I can't just make the entire party water walk at the same time. That's why I decided to cast on myself and try to rescue both of you. Plus, I needed to have physical contact, so I wasn't jumping in there to make one of you water walk instead of me. That. Nope. Oh man, I wish the other one I rolled actually fucking triggered. Oh
Okay,
well,
the suction of this stuff is making it very difficult to pull them out.
Get
One
ready
of you,
first,
like-
get them back.
well, no, you're more in it than him.
Yeah.
I'll focus on Nikita. I'll focus on Nikita first. 'cause
Okay.
she's the worst of the two.
Guys,
Try again.
if I don't make it, take care of my buddy.
Yep.
We're going to make it, Reed. Just a little slower
Yeah.
than we thought.
Yeah, it's fine. We're all good. 17 for Nikita.
Okay. You here? And up.
There you go.
As
That is
you,
delightful.
Yup.
as you pull her up onto the bank of this little puddle or pool or whatever it is.
Well, I never actually
we-
expected to run into quicksand, but all right.
Did we?
Oh, is
did
that
we
what
hear
this
this?
is?
Mm.
Did we hear that
What?
sound earlier, Paul? That
A
same
little
kinda
bit.
sound? What if the horses are in the bottom of these?
Oh God!
Sure.
Don't give me a never-ending story moment here. All right, I'm pulling up Reed next.
Okay, give me another strength roll.
Can that work that time? There we go. And then
Okay.
Reed, 21.
Okay. You pull him out with the same kind of slurping, suctiony,
Mm,
and
delight.
as you look where you pulled him from, you see his boots standing in the water upright, and he's on the
Yep.
bank.
And I'll just grab those.
Okay.
Let's just
Is
shake
there
them out
way
a bit.
to search-
Is this where the horse
Thank
fell
you.
in? Does this
Is
look
there a
like?
way
Hey,
to
did you guys feel a horse kicking under you? Was
No.
No.
was the direction that we were heading that like we noticed the horse where they fell in, or is this in a different direction, Paul?
One of the horses went this way, in this direction.
Is there a way to like check for life form or something? Heartbeat?
Are there tracks
Uh,
around this area? Around the
Yeah, there you go.
pool of Steph?
Butt Trumpet, make me a nature check, please.
Okay.
I'm putting my boots back on.
They're kind of wet and
I'm
gooey
sorry.
as you do so.
Yeah, I'm used to
17?
that.
Yep, Butt Trumpet, you notice there are definite horse tracks, but they're to the north of this. They
Okay.
they haven't gone near this puddle, this pool.
Okay, good.
Oh, good.
Smart horse. Smart horse.
Okay. Well, once you two get yourself collected, let's continue to search for the horse before it does that.
I will
Okay.
try to scrape off as much of the schlop as possible.
Okay, you're a little damp there, but
Yeah.
you're able to get a good amount of it off.
Oh, good.
I just make sure I can draw my weapons and all that. But other than that, I'm
Okay.
good. I wear it. I wear it.
You wear it well there, Reed.
Yep.
Someone give me a nature check.
I'll do it. I have.
Can I assist him?
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. And roll.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay. Well, it's not a 36, but a 17 plus the 19.
It's going to say, "Damn."
Yeah, I only know a little bit about nature.
Unless
you
it's
you
about
go
grapes.
ways, and after about 15 more minutes looking to the northwest, you find the horse kind of standing there, and it's shaking a little bit. And kind of
What
like
is it?
when you come up, it seems a little startled, but then it kind of stomps back and forth a little bit.
Oh, it's
Which
okay,
one?
Betsy. Here you go, Betsy. I just decided on my own. It's Betsy. Yeah, Betsy. Shh. It's okay. You're the 400 hit point horse. It's okay. You'll be fine. Let's go find your dumbass brother. I sneak in a little honey berry
Okay.
jam Well, no one's looking.
Okay. It
Can I
kind
make
of
a
licks it
perception
up.
check?
Give me a perception check, Reed, with disadvantage because, you're not
You've got Snoop in
really.
your eye.
You know you're
Yeah.
evil.
That's right.
Stealing horse treats.
When goop gets in your eye,
8. Was my better.
you don't notice anything. You do hear a little, like, but all you see is guy is standing in front of the horse, and you hear that. That's all.
Yeah.
Aw, kisses.
Yeah.
Yes, animals do appreciate me.
Alright,
Especially because I make
food.
sure
so turn on.
make sure
Sounds
I
like
usually
food
make sure
sounds.
they have food and water.
Would you
Okay,
give it
so
paste? I would give it paste.
Guys, give me a nature check to find the other one.
And the 17. Okay.
Okay.
That's
Everybody else, give me a nature check as well, please,
Oh boy.
with disadvantage.
Oh
Aw.
boy.
Oh,
Holy cow.
Okay.
19.
Okay. 1 point.
Yeah, To Gryffindor. Sorry. I
At
don't know what
one
that
point, Nikita, you almost stumble into another one of these pools, but you see it at the last minute, except this one doesn't seem to be these like black beads forming this thick. This seems to be a very oily black fluid. There's no lumps or anything in it, but it seems very oily. The top of it has like as one of the dancing lights goes over top of it, you see like a slick of rainbow colors reflecting in the top of it. It's
that.
just seems like a pool of very thick black fluid that's very shiny and reflective.
Yeah.
Is that pudding?
Are
Eldred says, "Yes, it is, Reed.
don't listen to them.
Black pudding. We used to
Yeah, I
have that.
wouldn't
when
Even
I
if
was
that
a
was
child.
black pudding is gross. Yeah, don't eat that. It's terrible.
I
I
love
wouldn't
black.
try forest pudding. It looks good.
will it catch on
Forest
fire?
pudding.
Can we
Pudding?
try to light it on
Oh.
fire?
Pudding's not flammable.
Will you not attack the probable creature that is and just leave it alone? We have a horse to find.
That I just thought maybe
Everything
if
else
we
in this
can't
forest
burn
is
it-
alive. No, that's
Yeah,
probably.
true.
I got attacked by a gray version of that before. Remember that? Remember those?
Yeah,
Anyone not
I
remember
remember.
those? Does,
Oh,
I
does
remember that.
everyone want their hair to go away again? No,
Did fire
No, that was
work
not
on
a good
those? I
time.
think fire worked on those.
I don't.
I'm just saying we
Even
could
me.
like carry.
It's not doing anything.
Fine.
Unless the horse is in there.
Okay, we
It's
look
just-
for
are there
tracks to
tracks
see if the
leading
horse
to
is in here.
If it's in there, it's not there anymore.
Okay, Mr. Callus, the horses love me except when
Except when
They're
they've already
dead.
been eaten. Yes. Usually, when things die, they stop having the capacity to love because they're not there anymore.
and you would know
Then
that
they become
how?
ghosts.
I would know. I'm a literal priest of a god.
So
Your souls go somewhere. They don't hang around, or they should.
But then doesn't the soul still love something?
The soul's not here.
Ugh. Fine. Are we looking for hoof prints?
Yeah, you.
Yes.
It takes about a good half hour to 45 minutes. But you eventually find the horse feeling very skittish.
Aww.
And you also find another one of these pools along the way, but none of you make the mistake of stepping in it or anything. You see it off to a side as you're looking, but you make it. You finally find the horse standing in a little clearing.
Oh, good.
Well, this really ruined our night's sleep.
Ah,
Well, the good news is we can always sleep more.
true.
That's
What
true.
time should we try to sleep now, or
Well,
How
at
do-
the very least, we should scope the area out we're about to rest in, and then
Okay.
I mean we got to Nikita. That was your,
It was my
Watch.
watch and
and then who's after you again? I forget.
Eldred.
Okay, so we just need another
Guys,
2.5
give me a perception check, please,
Oh dear.
with
Or
advantage.
Roll 18.
That'll
No,
do
wait.
it.
Yep. Yeah. Okay.
Up ahead to the north, you see a series of 4 or 5 flames, kind of floating in the air to the north of you.
Hey, I'm not. Do you guys see that, or am I drunk or loopy with sleep deprivation? Anyone else see those flames?
You all
we all
see
see
it.
it, Paul?
You all
Okay.
see it.
Hot Tropics,
No, I
did
see
you do
them
that?
too.
No, that wasn't me.
How far away do they
Oh.
look?
Are they moving? look like they're
As
moving
you
or
get
stationary?
closer, it looks like they're on poles. There are poles with skulls on the top of them that are burning.
I think
Oh.
we are at a destination that we've been wanting to be at.
Yep.
Does that mean we're not sleeping?
Yeah, it
I
probably
don't
might.
think so.
We should. Shouldn't we do something before? I mean, we're all in pretty rough shape.
I mean, if we take like a 2-hour power nap, we're pretty much
Nah.
at where we need to be.
We're right in front of it, though. What if they?
So,
What if they
they've got
see
good
us
defense?
while we're down?
Well, we have watch. I mean,
Ah, friends, you've
Fuck.
come to see me.
Sorry
One night
if
sleep.
we woke you up. We can stay out here and nap until you're ready.
No, I will put on something to drink. Come forward.
I get
boy.
behind Gaius.
Bring your wishes and dreams in which you wish to ask me. For that is why you have come. You obviously have come to see me with your wishes and dreams like all the others.
You can make that happen?
Shut up,
Yes,
Reed.
I
Little
can. Come,
Shut up, Reed.
little
Skulls.
one.
Well,
But-
this is not how I anticipated meeting her, them, whatever.
Nope.
Let's.
Can we leave our horses outside? Will they be?
Well, you can't bring them in.
Okay.
Is there a house? Do you have a house? Can we use? Are there beds? Can we take naps there?
I have beds. I have a warm fire. And I have the ability to make your dreams come true, to help you with your little desires, with what
Okay,
you wish
Nikita-
for.
Nikita grabs Reed by both shoulders and like
What?
leans in right close, nose to nose, practically.
Yeah.
This is a bad person. Be
Are you
very,
sure?
very careful. Yes, this is the Baba. They will make you give them something like your soul or something for whatever you want. Be very, very careful what you ask for. Maybe just shut the fuck up. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Come forward.
Okay.
Okay.
We all grab hands like in the Wizard of Oz.
Yes.
Guys,
Okay,
you should tie
we're-
the horses up. Don't let them run away.
I mean, I will once we get to.
You, Tin Man, come forward.
Wait, which one of us is Tin Man?
I mean, I think it's either you or I, Nikita. We're the two most armored of the group.
This is true.
And
I
I
would
mean,
be like
I'm-
miniature Tin Man, dwarf
I
Tin
know,
Man.
well,
Is Eldred Dorothy?
Eldred.
There's no
Eldred.
place like Seven Rivers, says Eldred.
Exactly.
Eldred, if we're gonna go in, can you make this stuff get off of me that I fell in? You have that spell?
Press detergent.
What's it? Press
Yes, press
detergent.
detergent.
Yes.
Press the tide detergent.
Sure.
I'm kind of
He
grimy.
does a few things, and the black kind of wet, sandy stuff disappears, and
Ah. Thank you.
Excellent.
I look at Nikita. Don't say anything. Got it.
It's
I
would
say
see the
we-
skulls. That's never a good sign.
Ah.
Never a good
Well, I
sign.
mean,
You're right.
someone give me a perception check, please.
I was gonna say, do the skulls look human or variety
They look
of
humanoid.
different-
nope, I can't do it right now, so somebody else can roll.
I got it.
With me giving them advantage
Got
instead.
it, Reed? Okay. Then I assist
it.
Reed.
Okay.
I attempt to assist.
I'm at
Yay!
20.
Okay.
22.
Reed, you notice up in the trees, up pretty high, there seem to be some humanoid figures just kind of swinging about in the air, way up high, like one or two to either side of you up in the trees.
I tug on everybody's sleeves individually and kind of point up, like, look at that. Look up there.
Yeah,
Mhm.
pretty sure they're dead. Let's seriously. Let's be very careful.
Or
You,
those could be.
tall, dark, and full of secrets. Click your red shoes together 3 times and come in and tell me your dreams.
Oh, we're keeping this analogy going, huh?
Eldred looks
Eldred-
around and
Oh,
like,
do you have red shoes?
oh shit, I do. You look down and got
red
bright
Converse.
red high tops on.
Converse.
What does Converse mean? What does it say?
Whoops, I'm wearing sand shoes.
Yeah.
So Eldred kind of goes forward and looks back over the shoulder at all of you, and
We shouldn't go in alone.
Yeah,
Should we
we'll
not
go together. We'll go together.
Okay.
no, I'm sorry. I help people with their wishes, but I'm just a poor little old lady, and forgive me, but you're strangers to me, and I can't defend myself, so I'll speak to one of you at a time.
Oh,
The
God.
corpses say otherwise.
I don't know
I
what
would know
you're
that.
talking about. We have strangers come, and some
Hang
of them like
around?
to rest,
Duh.
and some of them can't follow the rules.
That would be me. I know.
Like
Okay,
one
so
at
one
a
at a
time.
time?
Yes.
One at a
Yeah.
time. We are
Okay.
trying to find Veronica. Nothing else.
Okay, so Eldred at this point is
Eldred.
going up the stairs, is on the porch, goes inside, and you see the door shut behind him.
By the time he comes out, we're all playing a deck of cards, like, got any threes?
Yep.
Oh no, Gaius is definitely just propped up against a tree sleeping.
Okay, he comes out within like 10 minutes, 10, 15 minutes, and
Eldred,
kind of
what's the
rushes
password?
back towards all of you and says,
What's the password?
well, that was weird.
How did it go? What's the deal?
The cauldron's no joke. That's really freaking cool. But I wasn't
great.
sure what I should have done, so it seems
did you
like
do?
I'm gonna get my wish, but
For what?
well, I don't think you're supposed to tell people your wishes because otherwise they won't come true.
What did you
Eldred,
give up?
Jesus
for
Christ.
What?
Who?
it? What did you give up for it?
Is that a local carpenter in Seven Rivers?
That I think that's between her and me. You, child, friend, come see your little auntie again.
Oh.
Which of us is a child?
I don't think I should
Three.
go in alone.
You have
Maybe
to
I'll just-
read.
You have to.
But
come
they won't
along,
pass, right?
little one. I
I'll
have
pass. I'm good.
candy.
Reed, you have to.
Oh.
She.
Do I have to pay for the candy?
No, my gift to you.
Oh, shit. We didn't warn him about the free food.
Okay, I'll go.
I
Okay.
tried,
That was
man.
so easy.
I can only think of so much. I'm not very bright.
Yeah, we
Sorry.
forgot about the whole free stuff. You don't accept candy from a...
Okay.
Never mind.
So Reed, you go up the stairs
Mm-hmm.
and you go in and you go inside and sitting it's basically like a shack. It's dark.
Mhm.
There's a fireplace in the back. There seems to be a red stone at the base of it that's glittering from the firelight. There's a table to one side with a large jack-o'-lantern with a large vine coming out the top of it that's lighting up a lot of the room. There are things hanging from the rafters. On the one wall, there's shelving that has boxes and jars and clay pots and all sorts of stuff all over it. But in front of you, you see this female with long black hair that kind of looks like rotting straw. Bluish green skin that's filled with wrinkles and warts and a long nose and a very prominent jutting out chin and ears that are kind of come up to a big point, and robed in old black muslin and such. And on the table in front of them is a bowl that has something's burning in there. And you're, come, sit down. Read. I should thank you. Before you come, though, can you shut the door?
Can we keep it open?
The door shuts on its own.
Okay.
Sit, child.
Okay.
And there's a chair on the other side of the table.
I pull the chair out and hop into it.
Okay.
Yes.
Give me your hands.
I don't think I'm supposed to.
Give me your hands, child.
I'll get them back, right?
Yes.
Okay.
These large hands that are like 3 times the size of yours, with very long fingers and long black, amazingly dark black, matted, dirty nails coming out of them, latch around your hands and pull you closer.
Ugh.
Give me your full name again.
Just read.
And you,
Well, not the word just.
as you say that, give me an intelligence check, please. Saving throw.
A 9.
Okay. As you speak, you go to say read, but that's not what comes out of your mouth. Something comes out of your mouth in a language you're not familiar with that is longer than saying read.
Ooh.
The figure looks at you and says, I really must thank you. You have been of great help to me, child. With everything you told me about your friends at our last meetings, I greatly appreciate the information.
I didn't mean to say anything.
But you seem uncomfortable, child. You
I'm a little
don't
scared.
see. What if I were to do something to show as a sign of good faith? Hmm? And as she's speaking, you see their hairs coming off of her chin and out of her nostrils.
Okay.
Come with me. And steps up, and it's then that you realize just how tall this figure is. Their head nearly brushes the ceiling of the shack, easily well over 10 feet tall. Big shoulders, a big hunch on their back. They step back, and you see in front of the fireplace a cauldron that's bubbling. As a sign of good faith, I will allow you to look into my cauldron. Very few get that honor.
Is it dinner in there?
It could be, but I don't think that's what you're looking for. I can feed you afterwards.
Okay, I'll look.
Step up.
I'll look. Sure.
Okay. You step up to the cauldron and look in. At first, all you see is bubbling that looks like bubbling snot. Then darkness. You see, it's almost as if your whole mind is sucked into the cauldron. There is a dim bluish glow of twilight that comes into view just before daylight, as are the lightest of snow flurries that blur your vision. Before you, two people stand on gray marble steps. They speak in low, hushed tones. The one, a very old dwarven woman, her gray hair pulled back into a very severe bun, is dressed in a dull business suit that has probably seen better days. She has a very serious and stern look upon her face. The other figure is much taller and thinner. Their features you can't make out as they are cloaked, and their back is to you. The cloaked figure speaks. It is a man. I think I have a solution to your problems. Well, that would be welcome for a change, she says, though I can't say that I'm as confident as you may be. Unlike you, I'm not so sure that these problems are quite so easily dismissed. Some of the orderlies seem to think that this is the result of something far more sinister than anything we've come upon before. And then there are those that just think that the child is possessed or the product of some evil union. You notice that the snow has really begun to pick up now. So, you feel fairly certain that the child is at the center of these problems. Well, the woman hesitates here. For the first time, her stern demeanor slackens, and you see the concerned face of a woman with a heart. I don't know. They're just a child. A sweet little thing all alone that just wants to be loved. And we've had no trouble with the other one of the pair. Though granted, that one is very different indeed. Not a worry about that one, no, very different indeed. But you said yourself, none of this had ever happened before in the history of your time here. That is until this particular child. And that the only ones to be affected are those within a general proximity to it, correct? Well, but they're just a little helpless thing. Correct. Well, yes, I guess so. I mean, we aren't even sure what it is, other than it's a humanoid little child. I mean, it might be human, it might be a halfling, it might be something else entirely. It's too big to be of the folk, and far too small to be really anything else, and with none of the telltale signs of otherness, quite unlike its sibling. Exactly. So have the child and the discussed payment ready tonight. Late, I think. This is best done under the cover of darkness, and I would guess that in a few days or weeks, things will eventually get back to normal for you. Do you want me to take the other one as well? You know, just in case. No need in doing this to more than one little life, I fear. Fair enough. Tonight, then. Oh, yes, fair you say. But for who? Oh, well, tonight, then. As your view pulls back over the thick wooden institutional doors, you can just make out the words, Nangarini home for... And you can't make out the rest with the snow. It's carved in stone. And for just a second before the snow gets too heavy to read anything else. So heavy that it is its own form of darkness. Darkness everywhere. Through it you hear a knocking at a door. A light, that of a large candle, enters your view. It makes its way through a dark passageway, passes by you to a door. It takes a few moments to undo all of the locks and bars and bolts on the door. Eventually, the door opens to reveal an alleyway tinged with a bluish light and filled with snow-blanketed garbage. Though the blizzard continues to rage on outside, it is the large cloaked figure that catches your attention. "You're late," says the woman at the door. The voice is familiar to you. The figure says nothing. Not even the light of the candle can penetrate the dark depths of the snow-tinged cowl of this figure. "I suppose you want your money, then," she continues. "I can take them elsewhere if you've changed your mind. There are always others interested in purchasing innocence." Yes, whatever. Hold on." The woman reaches beneath her robe and pulls forth a small sack. For just a moment you see her clearly. It is Mama Cass, the one that taught you and the other children practically all of the skills that you use today. She reaches out and takes the bundle that the figure has produced from beneath its heavy cloak. It whimpers from the sudden cold. You hear the jingle of coins as the figure snatches the sack from the air, just before the door slams, blowing out the candle. You hear the soft breathing and the snoring of many little faces in a cramped room, probably little more than a walled-off hallway that you once called a bedroom. As you lay there, your hands white-knuckled and grasping the edges of the tiny cot that you called a bed. You lay there in that cot and wait. It's probably only a matter of time before it happens. It always seems to happen, after long, uncomfortable, wakeful hours of darkness, and just as you have finally convinced yourself that all is safe and you might finally doze off, you see it. The gnarled and blistered hand with its long, blackened nails, slowly reaching over the end of your bed, grasping and pulling itself up, revealing the rotted, putrid flesh that hasn't yet sloughed off the cheekbones of that familiar face. The pus-ridden boils, the brown shards of ruined teeth, and blackened gums beneath thin, pulled-back, tattered lips. The smell of rot and spoiled milk that hits you like a fart in the face. The seeping pustules of the long-dead face that stares at you with those sunken, blood-filled, milky eyes as it pulls itself further up the bed until it towers just over your tiny body. Time suddenly speeds up. You see the nights of the following weeks repeat themselves in succession over and over again. Each night you are visited, but you can tell by the uneasy tossing of your fellow slumberers that they too have begun to face horrors of their own in the night. Soon the entire room is filled with unease, fear, and exhaustion. The strangest thing that you notice with this sped-up view is not the growing number of those fearfully thrashing about in their sleep, but the incredibly thin figure that slips out of the closet to stand in the darkness of the corner each night, just before the unease begins. It is tall and thin and wears a long, stripy coat and a ragged top hat, just visible in the scant moonlight of some nights. But probably the most disturbing thing is the yellowish green rictus smile that grows and grows to unnatural proportions as it looms there in the darkness, watching, always watching, and always, always smiling. As you pull your eyes away from the cauldron, this large woman smiles down at you, her mouth practically watering. Beneath the wet mouth sounds and in the excited breathing, you can just make out the sound of, excellent. Let's begin, child, shall we? And she leads
Okay.
you back to the table.
All right.
So, tell me, child, what is it that you want? What is it that you desire? What is it that you dream of?
Well, I like. I mean, I just like having my friends, and I just want to be safe, and I don't need anything, really. I have my friends now.
You can always have your friends. But wouldn't your friends be happier with gold and riches? Wealth beyond your dreams?
Well, yeah, but I don't think I'm supposed to ask for anything like that.
Well, perhaps never to go hungry again. Always to have a supply of what is it you bacon at your disposal.
That would be
Perhaps a
wonderful.
sack of never-ending bacon. How about that?
Well, what would be the price of such a wish?
Oh, we can work that out later if you like. I have one with me here on my shelves. If you want, I can take a look.
I don't think that's such a good idea. I'm sorry. Please don't be angry. I think I don't think I should. I don't think I should be ready to make such a wish.
Well,
I just want my friends to be happy. That's all, and I wish to be with them.
I see.
We're becoming heroes, and we can help people as a group.
I see.
But you do know something about this, right? And I reveal the gem under my.
You see her mouth kind of smack, and you see these lines of greenish saliva just kind of, as her mouth opens, seems to just pull.
I shrink back into the chair. I just want to know if anything about it, but I don't want to pay a price for that.
There's no price that you have to pay right now, child. We can always work on something else. You can always work on a little payment plan.
Like,
Or we can make an agreement later. I am in no rush.
okay. So you do know something about it?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Well, what can you tell me?
Then we are agreed?
Okay. Yes.
Reaches forward and plucks out a bunch of hairs. Sticks them into the flame, and the flame kind of bursts up and crackles and sizzles. Says, very good. And she puts her finger and touches the gem, and you feel it warm up. And says, there. All done. When you wake up tomorrow, you will know the answers that you seek.
Oh. Okay. Okay.
Is there anything else, child?
No.
Then send in the little mystery. The little blue mystery next, please.
Okay. I hop up.
Okay, and the door slowly opens.
I run out.
Okay. You see Reed come bolting out the door and kind of even jumps off the porch without taking the stairs, practically tripping and running out to you.
How
I
did
made
it
it.
go? What happened?
Are you
I made
okay?
it. I'm okay. I'm okay. I'll tell you what I saw. It was just
Send them in,
strange.
child.
Yeah.
Send them in.
She wants to see you, Butt Trumpet.
Okay.
Be strong, Butt Trumpet. You can do this.
Thank you.
Be careful.
You got it. We have faith. Or at least I do. What?
I
No,
slowly
literally, I'm a
make
clerk. It's the definition of... Anyway.
Okay,
While
everyone
he's
but...
babbling, I'm going to make my way to the house.
Okay.
But no, I mean, I got fit. And the door closes.
As you step into the firelit room, you hear, "Close the door behind you, little one."
I shuffle to close it nervously.
Okay. You do so, and it's a shack in here. There is a fireplace at the back of the room. There seems to be a red gem or something on the hearth in front of it that sparkles. To a table to your left is a large jack-o'-lantern with a large vine coming out of the top of it that lights part of the room pretty well. There's all sorts of stuff hanging from the rafters, cages and bits of cloth and bits of herbs and stuff. And along the wall of the right-hand side, there's shelves upon shelves filled with boxes and jars and pots and all sorts of little things along there. Make me an Arcana check, please.
Oh, 17.
Very good. You have a natural feeling here that seems to be radiating from your necklace. This hut is filled with a lot of magic. There is a lot of magic in here. All around. There's bits of it everywhere. But sitting in front of you, behind a table, is a large-headed woman with bluish-green skin covered in boils and bumps and little hairs and a long nose and a jutting chin. Dark eyes that seem to be sunken within the skull. Ears that are large that come to little points in the top. Hair that hangs down like blackened, rotted straw. sitting behind a table that on top of which is a little bowl and there's something burning there. Come, child, sit. And motions to a chair on the other side of the table.
Which I take.
Okay. Here, child, give me your hands, and reaches out their hands to you. It takes a hold of your hands. This thing's hands are probably 4 times the size of your little ones. Tell me your name, child.
Butt trumpet.
Make me give me an intelligence check. Saving throw, please.
Intelligence.
Yes.
Ooh, dirty 20.
Okay. You feel a twinge in your head, and like your mouth wants to say something else. But you force out the word butt trumpet. But your mouth kind of wants to say something else. And you hear, interesting. You look uncomfortable, child. You look ill at ease.
Well, your reputation precedes you, and
Does it now?
are you the Baba, or what is
You
often
see-
known to be such?
You see a big smile come across its face, and like almost a sign of a look of pleasure that says, I do love the old names. They bring me such fond memories. Yes, that is one of the names I would known by.
Well, we've definitely been told of a great intimidating presence, and making our way through this forest. We've been wondering, and whether you could even fit a description, and you defy all of them. So I certainly didn't expect to be in your presence alone. So all of that on top of this, it has put me a bit not quite at ease.
Well, child, I don't want you uncomfortable. People come to see me to fulfill their dreams, and we can't have you being uncomfortable. Well, come with me. I will let you gaze into my cauldron. There are people who come and are willing to pay to do that, but I will just let you take a peek yourself.
Okay.
Okay. She steps back, and there's this large black cauldron off to the side in front of the fireplace.
Okay.
What do you do?
I'll look into it.
Okay. You look in, and the fumes and the steam rises up, and you hear the bubbling, and things start to get a little dark, but you continue to hear the bubbling. And when it lights up again, you are in an old and dimly lit but familiar chamber filled with old bookcases, filled to overflowing with dusty scrolls and books and strange items and oddities. There are tables filled with large open books and stacks of scribbled upon parchments, as well as tubes, flasks, and beakers filled with bubbling liquids of all manner of colors and viscosities. There are various skulls and gemstones and bones and bars and rods of different metals, bowls with all manner of powders and tinctures, scattered about various bits and bobs of odds and ends, and strangenesses that stretch the mind and the imagination. But what grasps your attention, standing on the other side of the room, at a pedestal with a large book open before it, is an old man facing away from you. You don't need to see the face that is hidden by that long gray hair that flows down the flowing black robes. You recognize that slightly hunched, unnatural stance that has always sent a chill up your spine and made your hair stand on end in the best of times. It is ingrained in the deep wounds and scars that you still carry, even if they are not visible on your physical form to those around you. This is Mamulian, your old master. And as you stand there looking in, your skin goes cold and clammy. There is a burst of light in your mind, accompanied by a sharp pain. You are in darkness, and there in the distance is the source of the flash, that as of something momentarily catching golden light and focusing it on you. It brings a warmth and a strength with it. You can't see it clearly from this distance. The momentary brightness obscures it. Is it a letter, a symbol, a rune, or is it the shape of a figure standing there, twisted into an unnatural form? Or is it something else entirely? All of this in the fraction of a heartbeat, and then you are back in the chamber with the old man, but much closer this time, as if you hovered just over their shoulder. He stops his reading with a jolt and stares forward for a moment. His fingers, which only moments before were tracing a passage in the book, now begin to trace something in the air just out of view. And from this angle you can just see the side of his face, as that usually horrid, withered, and stern face suddenly cracks into a very unnatural grin. Slowly his head turns towards you. He's looking directly into your eyes and says, "So, there you are." And in another flash there is nothing but focused white-hot pain as you fall backwards onto the floor. This large woman thing staring down at you saying, "Interesting. Come, child, let us begin. Take your seat."
I hesitantly make my way back to the chair.
So, you obviously have secrets. And where there are secrets, there are desires and wishes and dreams. What is it you want, little mystery? What is it that would put you at ease and make your heart flutter in a positive way? What have you come to old Jane for? For that is my name that most call me now. Bile Jane. Feel free. I feel we're much closer now, you and I.
Jane. Well, the group that I've come with, we've been on many missions together, and we simply want to accomplish what we've set out to do. We simply want to find what we're looking for.
And what is that?
Well, I don't know if you've been in Forest Grove as of late, or been aware of the goings-on.
I've always been aware of what goes on there. Never anything good.
Then you know the people who are missing and those who have been found.
People go missing there every day.
We're looking for Veronica.
Veronica. Veronica. You'll have to be a little more specific, child.
Veronica Marner.
Oh, Marner. Isn't she the child of that disgusting sack of a man? Considers himself quite a ladies' man, if I'm not mistaken.
Silas.
That's Marner?
Yes.
Oh, yes. That child's become quite popular, it seems. As is Silas. I've had more than a couple people come and speak to me about him.
Oh?
Yes, but that's business. Can't talk about other people's business. Not polite, you know.
No, of course not. Well, we don't need to talk about other people's business, but Veronica has become our business.
Interesting. And who is your employer, might I ask?
I believe the Baron.
Oh. So Silas is finally getting the notoriety and the famous name he's always desired, huh?
So it may seem, but not necessarily the protection that comes with it.
So, what exactly are you looking for, little blue friend?
We just want to know where she is.
Ah, that is the 100 gold piece question, isn't it? And what is the offer? Have you brought me gifts?
Well, I look at my necklace and I palm it a bit and think before removing it. Does this hold any value to you?
Takes a hand, and between two, the fingers are exceptionally long and bony, ending in very long, dirty black nails. And between two of the nails, picks it up and looks at it. Interesting. Quite fine craftsmanship.
A brilliant
You see-
wizard gave me that.
Closes the eyes, and you see a little flash go around the item, around the necklace, and says, It would be if I could use it, but it seems only you can get anything out of that.
Oh, I see.
Someone must like you quite a bit.
I certainly hope so. I don't know where they are, but
You know, I could help you with that. We could work some sort of arrangement.
well, perhaps another time. I know that we are determined to look for her. I'm trying to think of what I might be able to give you. But,
Well, let's look at something that maybe benefits both of us. I see that you have your own little dances with the magical arts, as it were. Isn't that so?
Well, I try, but I don't seem to understand it very well. I'm learning.
What if we were to make you a little more magical? Would that help?
In what way?
You'd be able to cast more spells and more magical effects.
Well, I can barely control the things I can do.
You say that like it's a bad thing. Magic is a wonderful power. People are desiring it constantly. People crave it. People kill for it.
I've noticed. I've been taken before as a result, I think. You need not bless me with such power or bestow that on me. I'd rather earn the skills that I obtain over time. The things I can do, it's a privilege that I'm even able to do those. So I'd like to continue to gain the skill in the pursuit of the knowledge that I have over time and with practice. I pull out my jar of spiders. I don't suppose these would be of any use to you.
While tasty and intriguing, swamps have a tendency to provide me with all the spiders I could possibly eat.
I suppose that nothing I have on my person would be able to pay for the knowledge, but perhaps one of my friends will be able to properly compensate. Monetarily, that is.
I don't deal much in money, but there's always other things that we can talk about. I'll tell you what. Send in the little woman, the one who seems to have daddy issues, as it were.
Oh. Well, her name is Nikita, but, all right. I'll make my way to the door.
Okay.
Thank you anyway.
Oh, if you change your mind, come
I
see
will know
me
who to
again.
call.
Oh, and being that you seem to keep the company of some very powerful magical folk, if you ever come across a little something known as the Beldam's Gaze, please bring it to me. I would be quite interested and could probably help you with anything you could possibly want.
I'll remember that.
I'll be seeing you.
Absolutely. I'll make my way outside.
Okay.
Since Nikita's the one I need to alert, I guess this isn't a problem.
Nikita, you're the one
Ah.
that
Nikita?
Butt Trumpet needs to talk to.
But Trumpet, are you okay?
I didn't make a wish. I didn't make a bargain. I didn't give her anything of value. I didn't promise her anything. I didn't accept anything from her.
Good, good.
But
I'm very happy to hear. I don't know why, but I'm very happy to hear this.
she tried to offer me power. I didn't accept it. But if you want any knowledge of Veronica, she's gonna want something in return. She couldn't accept anything that I gave her.
Okay.
Just to warn you.
No, I appreciate that. I will make sure I'm carrying the little blue marble
Yes.
and the ogre snot candle.
Okay,
Yes.
the little blue marble is gone.
What?
The little blue marble is gone.
God, son of a, where's the fucking, damn it. I had a feeling that would be my best offer for her. Shit. All right, well, maybe she'll be interested in a creepy fucking candle from a witch's house.
I mean, seems on brand.
Right? Did she
Good
have
luck.
many in there? Like, you know.
I didn't notice. I noticed the cauldron. I noticed lots of jars and cages. She's got a jack-o'-lantern.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Well,
Bye-bye.
Bye. So you go up there and you hear a voice say, "Ah, please close the door as you come in."
Certainly. Nikita will
Come in,
close the door.
And
Come
it's
in.
a shack of a building, of a room. There is a large fireplace on the back wall, a stone fireplace. As Butt Trumpet told you, there is a large jack-o'-lantern on a table to the left that keeps things quite bright around it. There's a large vine coming out of the top of it. There's all manner of things hanging from the rafters, whether it be drying plants, some little cages with stuff inside of them, little bits of cloth here and there, some things you can't quite make out what they are. The right wall is just covered with shelves that has boxes and bottles and jars and clay pots just covered in it. But your attention is drawn to the center of the room where there is a table, and behind it is what you assume to be a woman, has a very large head with hair like rotting straw that is black and nasty looking, hanging down around a greenish blue face covered in wrinkles and boils and little pustules and bits of hair sticking out here and there. The eyes are sunken in deep. The nose protrudes out and is quite long, only to be matched by the long chin that comes out and kind of big, larger than normal ears that kind of come into points at the top. And this figure smiles at you with black gums and greenish yellow teeth and says, "Ah, I've been waiting to speak to you. Do sit down. We can have a little chat, girl to girl, as it was."
Excellent. Spasiba.
Puts out her
Is it
hands and says, "Give me your hands."
Okay. Yeah, I don't think I brought my weapon with me. If I did, it's beside me, so I'm able to give her my hands.
Okay. Her hands are large and long and bony and exceedingly long, ending in black, dirty nails that are incredibly long. The hands are probably 3 times the size of yours, and you always thought you had kind of meaty hands. Wraps around them and looks at you and says, "Your name. Give me your name, child."
Nikita Borodin.
Give me a history or an arcana check. Not history. Give me an intelligence saving throw.
I'm pretty sure I'm screwed on all of them. Intelligence?
Yeah.
Okay. Yup.
Okay. You go to say your name, and what comes out of your mouth is something totally different, a language you've never heard before. And it's more syllables than your name. And it's a weird accent and sound that your voice makes. And she releases your hands and says, "Very good. You seem uncomfortable, child. You don't seem yourself."
Well, I just said something that wasn't the name I thought I had. Do you know what I said?
Oh, yes. But if we're going to talk business, you have to be put at ease. You have to be comfortable. I'm just a little old lady trying to give you what you want. So, what can I do? Let me do something as a sign of good faith. Would that help?
Probably not. I'd really just like to get to business, if that's okay.
Come with me. I think you'll find differently.
Okay.
And she steps out and steps over to the cauldron to the one side of the fireplace and says,
Eldred
This-
had mentioned it. This is very impressive.
"Thank you. People pay to look into my cauldron. But it's a little sorority secret I'll let you look in. It's my gift to you. How about that?"
What will I see?
Ah, that depends on the greater powers. Everyone sees something different.
Okay.
Some see the past, some see the future, some see things from the present that they didn't know before.
Interesting. Okay. What do I do?
Just gaze into the cauldron.
I step up on my toes a little bit and give her some side eye, but look into the cauldron.
Okay. You look in. The fluid within is thick and viscous and bubbling. The color of stomach acid and bile. A layer of mucus-like material floating on top. But as you look deep within, you are torn. At first, the smell and consistency makes your stomach do a flip, and you think that surely you will be sick. But you swallow it back, set your gullet, and focus, and eventually your mind's eye sees past the thick pus-like fluid until it sees past the current reality. You see yourself, no longer in this dreadful hut, no longer in the Black Forest. You are no longer within your own body. You are nowhere, and yet, perhaps, you are everywhere. Everywhere. Every time. Every place. All at once. But you aren't sure. This is also new to you. You just know that you are floating amongst a thick cloudscape. For the first time in a long time, all is peaceful. No worries, no drama, no cares, no concerns. All is serene here amongst the clouds. All you hear is the soft breeze as it blows between the pillowy clouds. You float here for a time, though time seems like something from another world. And while you are at peace, all is tranquility. And you finally start to relax. And you find that you are smiling. After a while, you notice the fluffy clouds start to move towards you and slowly part. And before you realize it, you find that you are gradually floating towards that parting. And there, at the center of everything, is a familiar face. An all too familiar presence. an all too familiar being that brings back a familiar memory. And once that recognition strikes you, all peace is gone and time speeds up faster and faster. What follows is a rapid montage of chaos, a montage of your failures as a fighter, your failures as a daughter, your failures as a dwarf. A this is your life of every missed opportunity, every missed blow, every cringe-worthy whiff, every missed chance you had to make a difference, to do what you know you should have done, to pursue the truth you wanted to know. You experience every single one of them over and over again in excruciating detail until something strides slowly towards you in darkness that surrounds you. Something bigger, something badder, something that just feels wrong. The bodies of your friends fall around you and you are powerless to stop it. Your eyes fill with tears and go blank for a moment before going wide. Frantically, you dig deep within your pouch until you find it. Sweat is pouring down your forehead and cheeks, mixing with your tears, causing you to struggle as you try to light it. The blurred image before you gets closer until you finally get a spark that ignites into flame. Suddenly there is bright, burning light and scalding heat. You are wrapped in its sulfuric embrace. Time passes to the chiming of ancient distant bells. Or are they unearthly screams tearing at your sanity? You can't quite tell, and then without warning, there is silence. Slowly and gradually, the smoke begins to clear. Your throat is raw, your voice hoarse. Your eyes begin to burn as you see the bodies of your friends laying amongst the ruins of what could have been avoided. You know this to be true. This could have been averted. The montage continues. At first you think it is a repeat of what has gone before, until you see your drawn face and the sunken eyes of a dwarf that you barely recognize. A dwarf who has been on the brink of defeat for too long. But something is different. This reflection of yourself, you are no longer watching on from the ether. You reach out, and just as your fingers are about to touch, your reflection reaches through the quicksilver and pulls you in. A dream within a dream within a dream. Together, you and your reflection look on as you see yet another dwarf. This one freshly bathed and adorned with flowing silks, their bare shoulders looking soft and smooth, free of scars, free of filth. They step forward out of a darkness filled with a painful past to stand at the base of marble stairs that lead up to a radiant light. You and your reflection also gaze as you gaze upon yourself. Beneath the soft silks and the buttery light, you see a haunted look, a look of someone who has seen terrible things. They look upwards and smile, an unnatural smile as they take in what is at the top of the stairs. That familiar shape, backlit by beautiful light that halos their being. It speaks in a voice all too familiar to you, smooth as silk and olive oil, and yet is a voice that you cannot comprehend. It is as if not only is it coming from a distance, but is also being said underwater. You see yourself nod. The figure comes down the stairs, smiles, and reaches out a hand and cups their cheek. And as the figure speaks, you feel the last of your resistance leave. You feel the past slip further away. You see the world in a brand new light, a brighter light, a light that shines on you instead of blinding you, a light that you lean into. You pick up the quill, the point of which looks sharper than any blade. You touch it, ever so delicately to the palm of your hand. At first there is nothing. Perhaps you were mistaken. Perhaps this is still all a dream. But then there is that moment of relief, and you see yourself sigh as a small ruby appears in your hand. Slowly it grows, and eventually you dip the quill into it. A parchment laid out before you. You smile up at the figure before you before signing it. A blood-red mist obscures your vision, but only for a moment. You are flying. It is cold, and the wind seems to cut through your being. The sky is various shades of gray. The ground below you a mixture of whites and shadows. Up ahead you see mountains covered in snow and ice, beyond which is a frozen sea that goes on to the dark horizon. There, something sparkles like diamonds. But your attention is drawn to the continuation of the mountains that lie to the east. They seem to go on forever, immense masses of snow and ice, far taller and considerable than your homeland. As you take this in, two things catch your attention. Two structures deep within the mountain range. One, an immense castle practically encased in ice. The other, a massive square pillar built into one of the largest mountains that you have ever seen. The wind blows briskly with ice flecks, and time speeds up again, and you are covered in sweat, but with a sense of promise and accomplishment radiating from your upturned face as you lift what might be a blade backlit by the fire and smoke that surrounds you, only to turn and slip into yet another montage, this one of battle after battle after battle. But in this one, you see yourself bringing that strange blade down again and again in a blur, the blade cutting through the air like butter. Shadows of things that once lived fall before you and around you, and from your outstretched free hand comes a radiant green light that shows a new Nikita, a stronger Nikita, a more confident Nikita, a Nikita that is everything they always wanted to be, but never thought they could be. Not just a hero, but a champion. And then you shake your head, and you see the cauldron as it sits before you. It's bubbling away. You just hear a voice say, "Ah, interesting. We have much to discuss, child. Take your seat."
Spasiba. I will go and sit down.
It seems you desire much. Perhaps you would care to be tall and thin and beautiful like that elf maiden you were jealous of. Or perhaps you could be more of a people person. That could help you and get you many places. Or perhaps, well, perhaps you could work on your skills a little bit, and I could help you with that, you know. Or is there something I'm missing that you desire?
I may desire many things, but we came here for one reason. We are looking for a missing girl named Veronica Cartwright. Marner. Veronica Marner.
Ah, so your little blue friend told me. This child is very popular, just like her father. A lot of people come and talk to me about him.
And about her?
She has been brought up, yes. But that's business, other people's business.
We had gone to Oh man. Mama Tar.
Ah,
And
yes. She
she
likes to
was,
talk, that one. She likes to talk a lot.
she was the one who mentioned we come and ask you, as she could not pierce some magic, possibly protecting or hiding Veronica. So this is what I am here for. If you would be able to help us find Veronica, hopefully alive and in one piece.
Have you brought me any gifts?
I had one until last night. You don't happen to have a white rabbit with rainbow colors that likes bacon, do you?
What a strange question.
Yeah, I figured. I wondered maybe if it doesn't matter. Um, First, I am going to try and offer you something that is very dear to me. And I will take off my helmet and place it on the table in front of her. This was my mother's. It is the last thing I have of her. I had it recently fixed so that it could fit my head better, but I'm quite sure with your obviously incredible power, you can do whatever you need to it. Um, would this suffice in terms of a gift?
Well, this is quite a singular gift. It definitely holds a little weight. But not enough to get what you want. What you want causes me to have to put into question other deals that I've made. And that is not something I take lightly.
I understand. I will put the helmet back on.
But I appreciate the offer. And if you care to explore some of those other things we talked about, perhaps we could work something out, just us girls.
They didn't look appealing.
Hmm?
They they didn't look appealing. Even if it was everything I wanted, I still didn't feel like I should have it or that I deserved it. So I am going to stay with looking for Veronica.
Okay.
Um,
Well, I am not going anywhere. I will be here if you change your mind.
the other item I have, I'm you probably won't answer this. Did you know Arabella Stradivernius or know of her?
I don't think it would hurt any deals that we could come to let you know that yes. I will give you the answer yes.
Uh, if you are aware, in Seven Rivers, her house is in very bad shape. And down in
As
the
is much of
basement,
Seven Rivers, I come
yeah,
to
this is
understand.
true. This is very true, actually. The entire east side, not good. Uh, and down in the basement, I found a being trapped. And he offered me a deal as well.
So you're old hat at this, little lady.
I don't know about that. I wasn't comfortable with him either, but it seemed that
Well, from
Arabella
this
had wrong.
talking to you, it seems you're not really comfortable with anybody. I could
Nope.
help you with that. I could make you the belle of the ball.
I don't think I want that. It
That's fine. You think on it. If you ever change your mind,
uh,
you know where to find me.
the entity I freed from Arabella's basement. Don't know if you're familiar with him at all.
Go on.
But he didn't give me a name, of course. I guess I should have asked. You are the Baba, right?
I love the old names, and yes, that was one of them. But you and I feel a kinship to you. You and I are a lot more alike, I think, than you might know. You can call me what most call me,
Okay.
Bile Jane.
Bile Jane? Like with a B?
Yes.
Okay. Bile Jane.
It's my
Okay.
it's my formal name. My girlish name.
Your girlish name.
I don't share it with just anybody.
I can imagine. This entity wouldn't tell me, well, his name, but he asked that I call him my prince. Very tall, very muscular, very handsome, with black hair. I think it was blue eyes. He was very tall, so I couldn't get the, anyway. Upon freeing him, he gave me a candle. And I will bring out the candle and sit it in the middle of the table. And he said, if I was ever stuck, there was ever a situation that I could not see a way out of, I should light it, and it will take care of the problem, handle things. So I don't know if this is someone you know, or this is a type of magic you'd be interested in, but I am willing to give you this candle that I have been saving to protect my friends.
May I?
Please.
Lifts it up between 3 nails, just kind of picks it up, looks at it and goes, ooh. And then kind of closes their eyes, and there's a flash of kind of a sickly green light around the candle that just kind of flashes. Ah, very powerful indeed, this magic, and places it down in front of you. I would definitely be interested if anybody but you were capable of using it, though.
Crap. Well,
But if you
that's-
wanted to know more about this prince of yours, I'm sure we could come to some arrangement.
I have nothing left to offer you.
Oh, don't sell yourself so short. Everyone has stuff they can offer. They just don't know it. And if
What-
you come up short, well, there's always your mother or father.
I would offer them to you? I don't even know where my mother is.
Oh, I know.
Is she alive? Can't blame me for trying.
Only one taste per customer.
No, I'm afraid it would be very naughty of me to go against my own word friends when I told them to be very careful in dealing with you if I suddenly started dealing with you.
But
So
where's the
I'm
fun in that following all sorts of expectations? Live on the wild side. That's your problem, my little sister. You never let yourself go. You never let yourself have fun. You never do something just for you. And it's probably about time you do. Need that in mind. My gift to you, sister.
Spasiba. I will take that as the gift. And I suppose you've talked to everybody but our
The
cleric
dirt
Riot.
farmer, yes. Please send in the dirt
Dirt
farmer.
farmer. That's a new one. Mostly we call him Wine Wizard, so that is not going to impress him. Okay. I will go get him, Spasiba. And I will go to the door and open it and get the hell out of Dodge.
You see Nikita come out, kind of head hanging low.
All right, guys, it is your turn. Do you?
Ah, yes. Saving the best for second last. So what was your experience? How'd that go?
You're last.
It was a compliment, Nikita. I was,
Oh, I'm really bad with those.
yeah, I
She's
know.
also
We'll
very
work on
bad
that.
with those.
Yeah?
And she's
Oh, okay.
going to ask for a present. So,
Oh,
and
okay.
I don't have the blue marble.
Oh, no.
You hear, "Come on in, abandoned one."
Well, I hear my name called.
Good luck.
That's an ominous way of putting my title, but whatever, I guess. Hey, y'all don't go anywhere. Especially you, Buck
Nope.
Trumpet.
Yeah.
Don't move.
We'll be right here.
Okay. Yeah, someone seems frozen there.
Yeah.
Okay,
Wink,
everyone
wink.
but Gaius.
Well, we finally meet, Baba.
Ah. You flatter me with the ancient names.
Well, would you prefer a different one then?
Those closest to me lately, I go by many names.
Hmm.
But most recently, they've kind of come to take me by my girlish name, Bile Jane.
Ah, well, that is a colorful name. What do you prefer, though?
That'll work.
Ah, now, do you want the whole Bile Jane, or can I call you Jane or Bile?
I'll leave that to you. Shut the door, will you?
Screek.
Okay. This is a hut. There is a large fireplace at the back.
Hmm.
And to a table to the left is a large jack-o'-lantern that's lighting up a good portion of the room with a large vine coming out of it. Hanging from the rafters are lots of small cages and drying herbs, what might possibly be meat, some cloth here and there. On the right-hand wall, from floor to ceiling, is shelf upon shelf upon shelf of boxes and bottles and jars and clay pots, just filled. Guys, give me a perception check, please.
Ah, certainly. Let's see.
Sorry, a history check.
Oh no, not what I'm good at.
Do it with advantage.
Okay, and roll one more time. I'll take the 17.
Okay. I will simply say this is familiar to you. So sitting in front of you at a table with a little bowl on it with something burning is, you see the large head with greenish blue skin that's covered in wrinkles and boils and little hairs and warts, sunken in eyes that you can barely see, but occasional firelight reflected deep within, a long protruding nose and a jutting chin that matches it, large old ears that kind of end in little points, and a head totally covered in straw-like hair, but straw that looks black and rotten. Reaches out their hands, long fingered hands with long black nails on the end, says, "Give me your hands, cleric."
I will allow you to borrow them on a temporary basis as long as they stay attached to my person.
Give me your hands. I promise they will not leave your person.
Oh, good, because I have a feeling you would have borrowed them permanently if you could. But yes, here.
These hands are probably 3 times the size of yours, and just totally encase them, pull forward, and say, "What is your name? Your full name? Give it to me."
I have read a few books. Giving a full name to someone of your powers could be detrimental. I
want to know who I
hesitant.
deal with.
Yes. But I guess, just between the two of us, giving a full name to someone of your powers, does that give you certain abilities over a said person, or is that just kind of like myth?
I'm afraid I don't know what you're talking about. I gave you my name. It's simple courtesy.
Oh, well, no, this is, sorry. You must understand, I've read a lot of books. Sorry. Gaius Argus. Cleric of Revelry. The Bacchus branch.
Give me an intelligence saving throw, please.
Uh-oh. Aha! Oh, I didn't roll on the thing that you could see. Shit. Okay, never mind. This is where it goes bad. Not terrible. Not as good as the other one.
You go to say your name, and out of your mouth comes something you've never heard before in a language you don't recognize in far too many syllables. And says, my little grape stomper, you look uncomfortable and wary.
I have dealt with powers before. I have seen things that are not of this world. I have experienced different worlds. Why would I not be cautious? Why would I not be cautious?
So what you really want to be is a bard from the sounds of it. A minstrel, a teller of tales.
I have probably missed that calling by a wide margin. I am a little bit too... if I was more carefree, I think bard would probably fit better, but through my trials and tribulations, I have walked the path of cleric, and I guess it's kind of, it fits. It works well. Not what I would have probably gone for, but,
You are very unsure of things, I can tell. What if I were to make a sign of good faith? Would that put us more on an even footing?
Oh, well, I'm all about faith nowadays, so yes.
Come with me, Grape Stomper. And this figure gets up and their head practically brushes the ceiling. They're easily 10 to 15 feet tall. 12 probably. And
weren't you smaller earlier?
Yes, it's my diet, don't you know?
Ah,
And steps
lots of
back
calcium,
towards the
perhaps?
fireplace, towards a large cauldron,
Okay.
and says, "Many come from all over to gaze into my cauldron. But
Yes.
for you, just to show you that I am here to help, I will let you gaze into it as a gift."
Interesting. Well, you know what? Nothing ventured, nothing gained, or horribly amputated from you later. Okay, I will take a gander in your cauldron.
And you, and what do you do?
I look. I look.
Okay. The last thing you hear is a giggling behind you. It's
Ugh,
meant to sound like a girlish giggle, but sounds far more like
it's
a
not.
cackle.
Yeah, of course it does.
And as you look in, the cauldron seems to pull you into this bubbling mucus by the eyes. You find yourself smothered in thick, hot, wet goo. It's like snot. It squeezes you and seeps into every available orifice. It slips down your throat,
Oh,
covering you in blackness and silence, followed by an overwhelming brightness and cold, oh so cold. You find yourself shivering, and then you are alone, by yourself, in darkness. You move forward. You see a fire burning before you. But it is no ordinary fire. This one burns of many colors. The smoke that rises is blacker and denser than not only the wood around you, but the night itself. You still stand within the same wood that caused you and your friends so much trouble and anxiety leading up to this moment. But your friends are not here. You look around. It appears you are alone, very much alone, with only the dark and the gnarled trees of this misshapen forest to keep you company. But this place is new. It is very much the same black forest, but nowhere that you have passed through previously. A clearing, or as close to a clearing as this forest has to offer, you guess. The floor is still overrun with the twisting, oily black roots and the thick, blood-red vines that look so much like limbs that have had the skin pulled off. But surrounding you, all around the edge of the clearing, are tall, misshapen standing stones, massive things. Yet many look snarled by the strangling roots and vines that have taken hold. And in the center, a large round sphere of stone, partially swallowed up by the forest, a tangle of the blood-red vines emerging from a large gaping crack. Above the canopy of this malformed, tar-stained forest, there is an opening in which the black smoke rises and escapes, blotting out the night sky as it does so. Your vision drifts back down to the flames of many colors. It is only thanks to your extraordinary senses that you notice on the far side of the clearing, just out of range of the light, standing in the shadows, just outside the ring of stones and obscured by the very smoke itself, a massive figure, almost imperceptible from the stones that surround you. Its mass speaks of the very force that nature presents. The intricate geometry of the almost unwieldy antlers that adorn what can only be its head, a testament to the dark beauty of nature. Its form is the darkness of the deepest caves, and that layer of soil beneath the surface that gains its richness from the death and decay. Two pinpoints of red-orange flame look at you from gaping holes, and from deep within this mass it speaks. A voice that resonates from the very earth beneath your feet. A voice like the wind of forgotten storms through deep, winding caves and canyons. Gaius Argos, your words have been heard. Your desires have been felt. Your abandonment acknowledged. Your desire for change has brought you to one of his domains. Wood unclaimed by the self-aggrandized fair folk. Mountains, tundra, and plains unspoiled by man. The parts of this world that few call home, but those that do are those usually seeking sanctuary from civilization itself. He is the horned god, and he has heard your voice. He knows of your struggles, for he too was once abandoned by the world only to find strength and enlightenment in the most unlikely of places. The very depths of solitary darkness, the utter blackness that the radiant flame of creation was itself forged from. Take heed, cleric. That darkness will come again, unless it is averted. This is most certain and foretold. Step forward, cleric. You have the ability to do so?
Yes.
You feel the heat as it becomes more intense. The flames are licking at your legs, crawling upward like a living thing. You feel yourself igniting. But there is no pain. There is only separation. You slowly begin to spin and rise. You see yourself standing below. You look at yourself, and you in turn look back. You are not yourself, but smoke as it rises, as it separates. That voice again. You have not seemed to grasp that which you have been put here for little reason, little one. Open your eyes. You claim to love nature, and yet you do not seem to acknowledge that it too is a living thing that needs to be heard. You do not want it to have to shout at you, because then it will be too late. What you consider coincidental brushes with others, or the fleeting moments that you may consider immaterial, these are often its way of putting things in your path. It is speaking to you, little one, asking for help. Nature is not just forest and places that are green. It is anywhere that you find soil, rock, water, or air. It is all around you, and it is trying to help you, trying to warn you, trying to save itself. You have continued to rise up through this, surrounded, actually enshrouded by the darkness. You are one with the darkness, and yet so much more. The flames of many colors, and yourself falling away below you. You pass through that small opening in the forest canopy, and things change rapidly. As you continue to rise up, your senses are alight with all the changes you are experiencing. You had no idea how thick and humid the air really was within that blackened forest. Also, you are suddenly very, very cold. The air whips around you like thousands of blades made of ice. You feel yourself separating, splitting, curling about yourself, spreading, and your eyes adjust to the natural light of the sky in transition. But not just your eyes. Every little bit of you sees. Below you, the black forest continues on until it disappears into the black mountains, large monoliths of black stone. It is a mountain range that continues as far as your eye can see to the north and south. It continues on before you for what must be a very long time, but it does not go to the horizon. No, as you rise up, you can see just beyond it a great sea of white, a white that's similar to the horizon to the north. White, yes, but somehow vastly different from the white to the north. As you see this, you realize that you are continuing to rise up, and as you follow the mountain range to the north, you notice that at the very edge of the curvature of the world, it morphs into white landscapes, and then in the far, far northern district, there is darkness, but within that darkness, you can just make out a lone burst of sparkling diamond-like light that you first assumed to be stars, but eventually realize is a dot on the very horizon, the farthest most reach of your vision. But this all goes away as you rise up into the clouds, your vision momentarily blinded for but a moment before you realize that you are now rising up through wood, floorboards, and beyond. The room is small that you enter, looks like other rooms that you've stayed in various inns. As you rise up and float up near the ceiling, you see that the room is dimly lit with a few candles. A handful of figures in darkly colored cloaks face away from you, their attention on a larger figure in a mustard-colored cloak with a deep hood. Roll me a history check with disadvantage, please.
Oh dear. Okay. Disadvantage, you say? 15 with disadvantage. I would have gotten that 20.
Quite
Damn
good. The voice coming out of the deep hood is familiar to you. But
This is the mustard-colored one?
Yes. But the voice has changed somehow, and you can't quite place where you know it from. The figure speaks. We stand on the precipice of a monumental breakthrough. This manuscript was thought to be the answer to all of our prayers and workings when we found it. But your ineptitude in judgment caused failure upon failure in our attempts to translate it. And now, after all this time, you finally bring us someone who also cannot translate it correctly. But at least they have revealed that the manuscript itself has been imbued with a series of glamours, preventing the true reading of that which has been put down. Time, efforts, and lives have been wasted to get to this point. But not totally wasted, it would seem. These glamours, while powerful, could not disguise a single name. All that time, blood, and work, and what do we have to show for it? A single name! We have our people seeing what they can dig up on it. It could be the key to everything or nothing. But we are not alone. Our brethren to the south are finding similar difficulties. A recent ritual that is said to have taken months to prepare for is said to have failed as well. Now, all of you, bring me someone or something that can break this, or I promise you, the next thing that will be broken will be you. The last you hear as you slowly sink into the ceiling, continuing to rise up. The darkness becomes thick. You no longer float, but are planted firmly on the ground. And these are not clouds, but thick, putrid smoke. You smell the burning before you feel the extraordinary heat. You feel the extreme heat of huge fires. Close. The smoke fills your nose and throat and eyes, and not the smoke of that strange little colorful fire in the woods. This is wholly different. And then your ears clear, and you hear the screaming. The screaming of thousands of voices. The screaming of agony. The screams of pain. The screams for help. Some near, most from a distance. As the wind shifts and the smoke is diverted, you see before you that what must once have been a stately manor of such remarkable craftsmanship and beauty of stone that probably had a disgusting number of rooms and salons, but is now nothing but ruin and engulfed in flames that tickle the sky. A feeling of danger pricks your thoughts, and you turn around to find yourself standing on the edge of a cliff, hundreds of feet above a spectacle that your mind finds hard to comprehend. To one side, a jagged mass of rock that was probably at one time an extension of the cliffs jutted outward as a promontory, but now was little more than a mass of rubble, having either collapsed or eroded from the death-filled river that falls over the edges upon either side of it and crashes upon the rocks below. Before you and below you is what is left of a once prominent city, now in ruin and on fire ablaze. What were once prosperous buildings are now little more than piles of rubble, the flames licking the sky. Weaving amongst these fiery ruins are thousands upon thousands of filthy, naked, bleeding people, filing along in mass lines. Here is the source of the chorus of screaming. The lines are enforced and kept moving, but by what can only be described as abominations, 10 to 15 feet tall, unique atrocities each, no two the same. They hold barbed whips, but what pushes your mind to the brink of curdling is the briefest glimpse that you get of something moving within the smoke and the clouds above. Large, massive, terrifying. It defies description and towers over everything, watching. And just as you feel as if your head would burst from the pressure, all goes dark, and you hear that voice once more. Are you a vessel in which the sparks of hope can take hold and flourish? Or are you your own spark that will start the conflagration, that will spread and raise the blight on this earth, known to you as civilization, to the ground, making way for new growth, a purer life? Or are you an old coal that loses its heat and will go out and turn gray at the first change of the wind? Or more likely, will you do nothing and wallow in blindness and self-pity as the parasites of this world consume everything until there is only darkness left? You do not have to make your choice now, cleric, but dally too long and your choice will be made for you. Darkness is coming on the backs of your brethren, and you are little more than chaff for the reaping. So, go forward and open your eyes. And as you do so, you find yourself back in the shack.
Oh my god, that was intense. Holy shit.
Roll me an intelligence saving throw, please.
Oh, swearing to the high of heavens, intelligence, saving throw, which is... Nope, don't do 2. Try the 1.
Carry the 4.
Yeah, hold on. Paul, just roll a d20. I don't have any modifiers for it.
You got it.
Oh,
there
wait,
you go.
was that me? Oh, wait, there's the next one I tried, and then the next one I tried, and then the next one I tried, and then the next one I tried. There apparently is a bit of a delay.
Got it.
I'll take the last one.
No, you'll take the first one.
Damn it. Okay, which one was that one?
13
seconds. Okay.
Okay, that's not bad. Mark down that you have 1 insanity point.
That's a thing I have now. Okay. Good to know. That's a mechanic.
You hear from behind you, interesting. It appears there's more to you than that silly expression you wear, dirt farmer.
Hey,
Come,
my father was
let's
a dirt
sit.
farmer.
Let's sit and chat, shall we?
Yes. By the way, that was super intense, and there are changes on the wind, my dear Bile Jane. Let me tell you, and they're not all good.
Is it ever?
Well, it varies. It depends, I guess, on your perspective. As I sit down, it depends on
So,
what you want and what you desire.
that's my question for you. While you are
Mm.
here, what do you desire? What do you wish? What do
Well,
you want of Bile Jane?
I was here on a mission. There's a girl named Veronica, and I wanted to see if she came here to you to get her heart's desires. And if not, hopefully, maybe even save her from herself. Because it sounds like she might not have been a good person anymore. She might have started out a innocent, but has walked down the wrong path.
Well, you know what they say. The apple doesn't fall too far from the tree.
Oh gosh, I was really. But the irony is, I get the impression that the father does truly care for her. So despite all the negativity, I now this might just be me hoping and wanting a little bit of goodness in the moment. I don't want it just to say for the father to be saving face, for the father to be trying to make his name great. I hope he truly does care for his daughter. And if not, I hope that his daughter can learn from the failures of the father and be better. Not all of us have a good example. Not all of us have a hard-working father who cares and that you do your best to emulate because you failed so terribly in the past.
This bard thing you really have to consider there.
I am not built for that, sadly. My cousin, on my mother's side, though, he's got it nailed down. That dude can tell a story that enthralls. But I, sadly, am a little too scattered shot, I believe is the term. I'm just a little all over the place to keep a good story rolling for an extended period of time.
Well, before we go any further, being that you came to find me,
Yes.
what did you bring me? What gifts?
Oh, well, I have a certain amount of things. It depends on what you desire, Lyle Jane. What do you consider a good gift?
Ah, that's an interesting question.
Yes.
And maybe, perhaps one of your eyes.
Oh, I mean, I would probably look very dashing in an eye patch, but I think I'm going to keep those for now. I was hoping for, like, I don't know, a good recipe that I have untucked under my hat. Not actually wearing a hat. Are you looking for something that is not physically a part of me? How about we start there?
How about your luck?
Ooh, you know what? I enjoy that a little bit too much because
Aren't
I
you
think
a
if I just
gambling man there?
exactly, so I needs it. or
Ah,
at least I used to. So I don't want to lose it on the off. I'm trying to break the habit more so, but I don't. The luck though is too good. It's not good, but like I don't want to make it worse. How about that?
hmm. Okay, then let's see. Something that flows. Something that. Uh,
Some seashells down by the seashore. I got 3 of those.
Poor like all the rest.
Well, not really. I mean, I have magic stuff. Like, so are you only looking for things that pertain to my anatomy?
But I didn't say anything about your anatomy that time.
Well, I mean, well, one was anatomy related. The other one was kind of like still related to me, like in a physical sense and in a spiritual sense.
Well, you're the one who came seeking me out.
I don't
What
listen.
what is a better gift than to give of yourself?
Oh,
That is the true
oh.
gift. That is the gift that you know is
So,
heartfelt.
so I have a question for you then, Baba, Jane. If I give of myself, oh, what do I get in recompense? Is the real
Ah,
question.
what do you want?
Well, you see, that's the thing. I could ask eye for an eye, and I'm almost certain
I
yours are
could
better
give
than
you
mine.
someone's eye.
No, no, no. We are quid pro quo, my dear. We could go eye for an eye, but I have a sneaking suspicion your peepers are better than mine.
I'm listening.
Listen. That's all I'm saying. Is you're requesting some items from me that are, might I say, quite precious. Like I may only have 1 or 2 of
But
them
isn't what you seek considered quite precious?
to some.
And
For
what
me,
we are talking about
I'm
is
talking the
the
fate of a
same.
young.
It is considered quite precious to
I'm talking about the
some.
to some. I'm talking to the fate of a young child. Well, teenager, young adult at this point.
And what better thing to bargain with than a childlike person?
Are you asking me to barter off a small person to you?
We could do that.
No, I do not have the authority to give away people. That's not how that usually works.
Okay. Well, then, how about something of yourself? Because I'm a busy woman.
Yes, I can see that the you are making many decorations in your trees on a regular basis. It seems like. Hmm. So you ask for my eye.
It was the first thing that came to mind.
I mean, I do have some beautiful eyes. Then you ask for my luck. May I get scratch another itch here? What have the others given you in trade?
Oh, I don't kiss and tell.
Oh
Business
dear.
is business.
I mean, if that's what you
Be
require,
unfair.
mm,
I have not told people about our kisses, and I expect that you won't either.
no. I mean, I am kind of asking specifically about Veronica interacting with you, so that would kind of negatively impact your rule. So I guess before I gave away a potential piece of myself, you would have to allow me to know that the thing I request is something you cannot give. So has Veronica come to talk to you and give a gift? Is why she has been incommunicado in a way?
I can give you an answer that you will desire for the right price.
But you see, what I require and the price are both nebulous. You imply that I want anything.
If you want nothing, then why have you come to visit me?
I have come to seek the child Veronica for her well-being.
So
I
you seek
was-
something.
I seek someone. You imply that you have her.
Tomato, corpse,
I-
cops. It
Not a
means
corpse.
little to me.
Not a court.
If
I have a
you
question.
don't wish to do business,
No,
there's no
no.
problem. The door is right there.
I am not implying that. I am just trying. Let me tell you, I enjoy a good dicker, and this is all.
As do I.
So, you know what?
And I
Taking
seek
a look-
to help. I can give you all manner of things. Dirt farmer, grape stomper.
Okay, this is very. How do you know? How do you know those things? I'm curious.
I
If
know
that's-
much.
Yes.
I can tell you a lot of things that you would wish to know.
Well, you're kind of doing this like coy thing going on where you're hinting at my past that you know things. So you're making
I'm
me
just
wanna
a
fish
coy, girlish figure sitting before you. And she winks
Yes.
at you.
more. Yes, I agree, Madame Pile Jane. I am allured by your knowledge and wherewithal. I noticed that you have a similar setup to Mama Tar seems to have, or I apologize, seem to have some of the same items you have here on your,
Items such as
just certain vials and herbs, nothing out of the ordinary. Well, I guess for your case, out of the ordinary. Have you heard what happened to Mama Tar?
No, I just know that that woman liked to talk. She liked to talk more than was good for her, I hear.
I believe that came to bite her in the ass, quite literally, and then out her mouth. She
Oh,
got treed.
please. Details, more details. It already sounds juicy.
Oh, it was a mess. Needless to say, someone grew a tree into her, and you can only imagine how that
Is
went.
that what they're calling that nowadays?
What's colloquially what we're going with treed for now, and we'll see how if that catches on with the kids.
I'm not very
Is-
good with the youth speak, as it were.
Please, I am at best. I'm like I hand out pamphlets and stuff. I'm not the greatest either. So that wasn't you then. Okay,
What wasn't me?
the treeing part. The Mama Tar, you were not aware she died in Forest Grove, or has been treed.
I know a lot of things. There are some things I don't know that I would pay well to know.
Well, you
Some
just got a
things
freebie.
I don't care about.
Well, I gave you a little bit of a freebie there. So you didn't know about that. Do you keep tabs on Forest Grove? I have heard that you have had interactions with the people there from time to time.
Oh, I have had interactions with many of the people of Forest Grove. Just about every family in the little village has come to see me at one time or another. Some families, multiple people.
Interesting. Have you
Very
Chance.
popular city.
well, I mean, they are the
Town,
local.
village, hamlet, whatever
Yes.
they're calling it.
Yes, the omelet.
Shithole, I believe, is what comes to my mind.
Ooh, quick question for you. Has any of the Geechee sought you out?
I could answer that question.
Okay. Well, if you feel, I know you feel probably reticence to answer this. Then I will give you.
Well,
some
I have
more-
already told you more than I usually do, but
Oh,
you're getting scarily like the individual who goes to the market at lunchtime only for the free samples.
oh no, I am not here for the free samples. I do
And yet
intend to
you've
trade.
partaken of a few already.
Ah, but you see, I have already given you some information you did not have.
Are you sure
example.
about that?
I do not know, but you implied you did not know that Mamatar had died. And I gave
just-
you details. Now,
you didn't give me the
seem-
juicy details I really wanted, but
Oh,
whatever.
how the branches erupted from her mouth as she seemed to
Go
be
on.
almost a stick figure person at that point because the branches and roots reached inside of her and spread throughout, almost following her veins like there were sources of water.
Oh, you do know how to talk to a girl, don't you? Why don't you
I
send your
apparently
friends
do.
away and we'll talk more?
Oh, well, you called me the abandoned one, and I can't leave
Pet
people.
names.
Ah, yes. Well, maybe later. So, if you enjoyed that one, have you heard the story of what happened to Mr. Goodry? Do you know who he is?
Do tell.
Ah, well, please help me fill in the blanks because this is an interesting story. Mr. Goodry, a Geechee from, well, they'd never claimed to be from Forest Grove for obvious reasons, but he stopped interacting with people, but he was only seen at night and from a distance. And then myself and compatriots went to his home, only to find his skin hung up like a suit on a hanger, and the rest of his body removed, obviously, from said propped in the closet with at best I could call it like a nut or a seed had been placed into his mouth and had grown tendrils inside his body. I'm assuming to keep it slightly more fresh, or potentially using it to tap into his knowledge, for all that I know. And someone was borrowing his skin and taking it out for a ride.
If I had a gold piece for every time I met a man and thought, if only I could take just the good parts and leave the rest behind.
So, it's not anybody you know, right?
I don't get out much. I find the dating circles in this part of the wood not quite to my liking.
A little antiquated, I'm sure, yes. Especially for
Yeah.
a woman of your means, you need someone of certain...
Someone who knows how to
Discerning.
treat a girl, like you and I were talking before.
Yes, indeed. Uh-huh. So, all right. I think, you know what, it's... Uh, so you asked for an eye originally. That's not a horrible burden. But what would I get in recompense for that? You offer maybe knowledge of this girl.
That's a fair question. You put me in a delicate situation.
Yes.
And I don't mean the delicate situation that often comes from when a man and a girl such as myself
Well,
have these intimate conversations, but a delicate situation of business, as it were.
yes.
So I cannot break someone else's bargain. But there are ways to get around that. And there are ways to give you what you want without breaking someone else's deal. So
Okay.
what I can tell you, my good man, he who knows how to talk to a woman,
Yes.
I can tell you that I could give you something that would definitely scratch that itch that you're looking to scratch.
Mm.
It's all a matter of knowing the right dance steps around the floor to avoid the technicalities of business.
Listen, I can understand being a woman of your word. Very specifically your
The
word.
world, young man, the world, a woman of the world.
Woman of the world and a woman of her word. So,
And your heart, perhaps?
I going to need that at least for a few more years. Now, if you're talking about my figurative, sadly am
I
still...
can make a deal that waits 3 years.
Oh, what? No. Hoping a little bit longer than that. My lifespan tends to be double, or at least triple of what I'm currently living. What I'm saying was more flirtatious that sadly I am still mourning a lost love, if you will. So, you seek to give me the knowledge
I can work
or
to make that
guidance.
lost love come back to you.
You see, here's the thing with her. I lost her. It was my doing, my fault, my choices.
But
You will
I
not
can
take
make
them.
her forget all that.
You will not take those from me. They are mine. They have shaped me, made me, and I will not change them because I have become a better person because of them. If I were to lose them, if they were to be taken away, I would go back to the selfish child I was, and I will not have that. She did not deserve what I did to her, and I did not deserve her. Nowadays, I might have, but to remove the memories of what I did to her would just be unconscionable. She deserves better than me, even now. And no matter what magics you provide, I will not sully her memory. But I've come here in good conscience and with good reason. I come to save another, a child who is making bad decisions. You can't violate a contract, which has already given me a hint at what she may have done.
Oh, you misunderstand me. I never said that she sought me out.
Do you seek people?
People come to me of their own volition. I have no reason to seek others out. Unless,
So was
of
it-
course, they welch or break a deal. Then
So was it the
yes,
mother or the
I will
father?
seek them out then, and they will know it for sure.
So was it the mother or the father?
One per customer, young man.
Okay.
One
All right.
per customer.
Then, so you will give me enough guidance to assist the child. But you're going to have to
I
give me
will
something
give
extra.
you what you need to find what you seek.
But because you're not able to give me the complete guidance I required, then I'm going to
Who
need
said
something extra. I am saying that because you've already implied that there's already another deal in place hampering the assistance you're going to give me. So if I'm to give of myself,
I
am
didn't
going
say
to need more.
hampering. I said just causing me to work around it.
Exactly. That sounds like you have an issue. And because of that, I might require a little bit extra, just a little bit. I'm not asking for much. I'm asking for fair compensation because apparently you don't necessarily you expect everyone to follow up on their deals, but you can potentially find a way around things. So, listen, all I'm doing is doing the same thing here. It's only fair. I'm just
Tell
asking
me
for a
what
little
you
bit.
desire. Abandoned
Well,
one. Grape stomper. Dirt
so
farmer.
you
Baby
seek.
killer.
I can't honestly. I mean, there was a bunch of halflings. I really did not check their genders, but oh gosh, you seek from me. The first was an eye.
That was one
I
of
might,
many possibilities.
as an example. So you want a piece of me?
The more you talk, the less appealing it becomes, actually. But I would deal with that. But there are other
Well,
things I could do as well. You know,
my luck.
for it. Hmm?
My luck was one of the other ones. I remember that one.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And anything else, or is that those are the two options?
There are plenty of other things.
For instance,
Your ability to sleep well. You're
Ugh.
the sun of your universe will no longer shine golden in your eyes.
hmm.
Your memory, your smile, points of view. Perhaps you're sick of healing your friends.
That's actually a very convenient thing. Well, you know what, Momatar? Or, no, sorry. Bile Jane, I'm getting a vibe from you. Sorry. Bile Jane. Give me what I seek. And I will trust you to get just a little bit extra, just something, just a little bit of extra for something because you had to, work around a deal originally.
Okay, so let me see if I have this straight.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have any gifts actually to give me.
Oh, no, that is
So,
not true.
oh,
I could
I'm
give you
waiting.
the eye. I could give you the eye. I have you heard of Jack Goodfellow? The prize I got from him from completing a task could be included in with it. Magic items.
I'm listening.
Magicals. They're magical spellbound items of specifically Shells of Bane, which, unlike the normal, have the ability to always affect the target. Useful in a pinch.
Yes, but really not of the value of what you seek.
I beg to differ. I seek the value of knowing where a person is,
Yes.
and I'm willing to give a part of myself. Now you're saying it's not enough?
Oh, so it was the eye and the shells.
Yes. eyes in the shells, because I trust you to give me a little bit extra on the top besides the knowledge that I give you. That's all.
What
Because
else on top did you want?
I was trusting you to figure out fair compensation.
Okay, so with that in mind,
Yes.
I give you the way to find the girl,
Yes.
and we will deal with this later for fair compensation.
Yes. I have a feeling at the very least
Agreed?
once I'm done with you. Can I, just a quick addendum on top? A good night's rest here, not necessarily in your home, but amongst the lights of your abode, safe, so we can continue on our journey well rested.
I will not cause you harm until you wake. And as long as you don't cause me any harm, that you have nothing to fear from me.
I appreciate that, Bile Jane. I will take that trade.
Very good. Lean forward.
Take the non-dominant one.
Pricks the hair out of your head.
Oh, okay. That wasn't what I was expecting.
Sticks it onto the little fire in the bowl.
Okay.
And says, when you wake up, come to me and I will give you what you seek. And at a later date, I will come and get fair recompense.
It sounds like a fair trade, my lady.
Agreed.
Please don't cackle slightly under your breath while I walk away.
Go, dirt farmer. Sleep well.
I will do my best. Good night, dear lady.
Oh, you flatter me.
Well, I tried my best.
Oh, you certainly did that.
Uh-huh, yeah. I leave the house.
You see Gaius come out. By the way, Gaius, take
Yes.
8 points of damage.
Oh, dear.
You see Gaius come out looking a little weary. He has a strange look on his face, but you also know he's bleeding from his eyes, his ears, and his nose.
Oh.
Everyone have a good time in there, right?
What happened
I will
to
rush
you?
towards
stuff.
him.
Oh, that's
You're
cool.
bleeding. Why are you
Yeah,
bleeding?
I'm sure. It's, stuff.
No.
Hey, what did you want to share what happened in there with you?
Sure.
Yeah, we'll do that later. I
Okay.
got us a nice long rest before we have to
Yeah,
deal
well,
with all
maybe the
this.
bleeding first.
I have a rag. I'll get it up in a minute. And then burn said rag.
Why don't we call it a night here?
Yes.
And we will pick this up next week. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. Tune in next week, same Grognard time, same Grognard channel, to discover and find out how things continue after they have a good night's rest, or even before they get a good night's rest. Anything's possible. World is often like dealing with babas, so I ask all of you, if nothing else, please be kind.
Hey there, kid! Come and talk to me. I think you're cute. Don't mind that I'm 23.